Y'all like bodybuilders?
Bodybuilders?
Yeah.
I like skinny, scrawny guys.
How about multimillionaires? How about 8 inches and thick? How about talented? How about loving and respectful? I lost my wife 10 weeks ago. 21 years faithful. My daughter committed suicide 3 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
13. She was faster than me at 12, and I run a 6-minute mile. My testimony, I'm nothing but pure, and I ask you if you want to be in the YouTube channel. And you like scrawny guys.
I know he trauma dump on us like that. Damn.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.
And you know what hurts about that clip?
What?
Is it's 15 seconds out of my whole life of 36 years and just on the fucking internet forever. I'm just talking to these girls at the beach. Well, in order to pave over that legacy and perhaps make a new one, let me introduce myself. My name is Brace Belden. I'm joined here in the boudoir by...
Producer Young Chomsky.
And we are TrueAnon podcast. It doesn't feel right, though.
Why?
Because it feels like there should be sort of an impish presence. You know how like there's a lot of yin like feeling in this room right now?
Which one's yin?
I think that's the man one.
Okay. Fair. Sure.
We're missing some yang.
Yeah.
We're missing some yang. And so we're going to do 5 minutes of silence out of respect for that. We need her back. We need her back. And you know, you always think about like, oh, who are the people who oppose maternity leave laws? Like, why? Like, you know how Europe they get like a year or whatever,
right?
Like, why are these people in America like, oh, we need to make it like 2 weeks or whatever?
Now you understand.
I completely get it. And and the one thing I don't understand in the first place is why even have it? You know,
right?
Why even have it?
Yeah. Well, they say it takes a village.
Let the village do it.
Yeah, I think that's what
Let the village do it is what I say. But you know, it's just, and it's interesting that like some of us have like abandonment issues, and then that happens to them later in life, and it makes them go crazy.
Yeah.
And yet, if I do something bad, Liz doesn't get in trouble, even though she made me do it by leaving me.
Well, as your attorney, I think I could put forth that
argument. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this guy's feelings were hurt.
Right.
That's why he lashed out, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We have a call-in episode. I feel like this is a good one.
Yeah. If you like call-in episodes, and I do.
And I do.
And I think that you do, listener.
I think, I don't know how you're feeling about this, but I really am liking the hate line.
Yeah, well, people get animated, and we like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking that we might need to bifurcate the line. And we might need to have the tip line, and then we might need to have a separate one. That's the hate line.
Yeah, and we'll record different messages.
Yeah.
Like different voicemails.
Or we'll get a really angry guy to do the hate line one. What's your fucking problem?
Just a random guy?
just some guy.
What's on the tip line? It's Liz, right?
I think it's Liz. And
wow.
We need to erase every memory of Liz.
So the tip line is the feminine one, and then the angry masculine hate line will be a guy.
No, the hate line is many women. There's not so many women that are in this, I will say. We usually have, I feel like, a 50-50. I feel like there's less than 50-50 women in this.
Well, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know. Here's the thing is, whenever you're calling in, I no longer see gender. I no longer see whatever, unless you're a gay guy, because they often identify themselves as such.
Well, I think you should say your pronouns at the beginning of every call.
We don't need to be doing that. The calls are already, frankly, often too long enough. But you know what I did for this one? I said, write out what you're going to say first. And the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, is we got literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls. Probably like 300 calls.
Wow.
Not to mention emails. I did not think we would get that many. And so I did listen to every single call. I want to say this. Some of you are in the wrong. Frankly, it is your fault. But many of you, I sympathize with your position. We did not get to include everybody's, even people who did a really good job. We didn't even get to include all of the ones that I cherry picked as I think the best. I think we got to half of them.
It does seem like people maybe took that advice and wrote them out. They
were but I think people. I think that's just what I want to say. I want to pay a compliment to our audience. I think you guys all did a really good job. Yeah. Although
they did, people. Maybe these are some of the people who are wrong. They will introduce these details that seemed relevant and then had no expansion.
That's my fault for not including that in the bullet point of things to do.
What would be the direction?
I would say no extraneous details.
Okay.
Frankly, I don't even need an individual hi to all of us.
Right.
Maybe we'll give them a special greeting to say.
Okay, just to make it uniform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hallelujah! And then just go into it.
But my thing is, I think some of the details were relevant, but they just kind of said them as an aside. And it's like, no, that's actually important, and you didn't expand on that.
Maybe I'll add to the newsletter this week. I'll put it about like how to leave a really good tip with the details, only the details that you need to put in there.
Leaving tips for dummies.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not that I've ever left a tip,
Yeah.
on anything, a meal.
I don't know the last time I left a voice message. I'm not a voice message. People, I would imagine you don't like voice notes even more than you don't like texts. Is that correct?
That is so correct that it's almost, I'm having trouble even commenting on it. If you send me a fucking voice note and you're my friend, and some of my friends do listen to this, or maybe someone will clip this and send it to you. If you send me a fucking voice note, you are my enemy for fucking life. I mean that.
Do men send you? Because I feel like women love voice notes.
I don't accept text from women. But men do occasionally send me voice notes. Women love to tell you a story.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't want to. Women love to tell a story.
Yeah.
And they love to talk about extraneous details.
Yes.
Sometimes they'll tell you many details and you're like, all right. The thing with the voice notes, if they added a fast forward feature or like a forward 15 seconds feature to that, I will accept that feature.
The
I will
auto
listen to the
transcribe is nice.
Yeah. But I don't even take, if I notice there's a voice note, I'm sorry, the whole conversation's deleted.
Well, because it's the same, it's write it out before you call the tip line, and that's a text message. There's
How
no
about
need
this? Never tell me. I don't know how to stress this enough, and I go into a diatribe about this in the show. Just, if you don't have to text me, text me. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Don't expect a response.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to text me or even tell me something, know this. You are killing me. You are making me sad. But now I feel like Shelby doesn't text me anymore because I said this too much.
To me, a text message is like a telegram. It's for like communicate. It's like, I'm here. I'm outside. Open the door.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I text you.
Yeah, you don't text me some bullshit.
I don't text you about my feelings.
You text me like a man.
I'm like, what time are we recording?
Yeah, but sometimes people, if
and
you
then
ever hit
the
me,
next day, hey, what time are we recording?
If you think on your fucking life, listeners, that you can text me, hey, or what's up, and you think that our relationship will survive this event, you are dead fucking wrong.
But you do something like that. You'll text and you'll be like, wait, and that's a text, and then I'm waiting. Like, just send the whole.
Liz does that shit.
Does she?
No, but sometimes she goes, oh my God.
Yes.
This is also what girls do.
But you'll just be like, damn, or like, fuck, or like, wait.
Yeah, but I'm sending a follow-up text.
I know, but you could just put that all in the one, so I don't, or you'll just say my name as a text, and then I think I've done something wrong.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Do
as I say, not as I do. That is the rule. Do as I say, not as I do. I break all of my own rules frequently.
Yeah.
Except I'll never text someone.
You don't send voice messages.
We do not. I've never sent a voice message.
If I got your voice sent to my phone, I would think something was very
something really bad has happened. Yeah.
It's like in Terminator 2, how he knows his parents have been killed.
Yeah, because they leave him voicemail?
No, because Terminator calls him and he's like, Woofy's, what's the name of your dog? And,
yeah.
And he's got the fucking spike through his head in the milk carton classic.
I remember that, yeah. So we have today with us Harrison Fishman and Dylan Redford of the new show Neighbors. Because I don't think I really introduced them so much in this. I don't know. Maybe I do. But I like the show. The show's on every Friday for one more Friday. I think there's 6 episodes total. It's a good show. And I'm not, and you know this, ladies and gentlemen, even though it's Oscars weekend, and I'm going to the Oscars.
Who are you rooting for?
I got to tell you. Well, man, I don't want to say because I don't want to ruin these guys. There are some movies that are getting a lot more applause than I think they maybe should be.
Which one?
I'm not going to say which one.
Okay.
But Because I haven't seen any of these movies. But I'd say that there's something in
Hamnet?
me that makes me really not want to see Train Dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think that, that was a book.
Yeah.
We don't need to make that a movie. And the other thing about Train Dreams is a book, it's about 4 pages long.
Really?
It's the back of a cereal box. I don't want to write about Train Dreams and ruin this guy's episode. But it's just ridiculous. It's a fucking novella. I'm sorry, it's a fucking novella. And I don't need to, it's whatever. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, we have with us Harrison Fishman, Dylan Redford of the show Neighbors. Let's ring ding. What did you say about the gong?
It's a cool gong. It's a smiley face.
Is this like sarcasm?
What? I'm not. No, I like it.
I like that.
How does that make you feel?
Good.
I feel calm. I feel quiet.
We're starting the show, fellas. We'd like to welcome into the TrueAnon home studio Harrison Fishman and Dylan Redford. Neighbors on HBO. Which Jew owns that one? David Zaslav? Who owns
Who can
HBO?
keep track?
Well, whatever. Well, we love them. In any case, obviously, I myself maybe one day will be at least a attempt to purchase the network. Dylan and Harrison. I don't know. I'm looking at your names. I'm looking at the two of you. I don't need to do that. Remind myself of that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
The gong was. I love the gong. I really do. No
did set
sarcasm.
the-
I know.
set the
I knew
tone.
you weren't. I was being.
You're-
I'm sorry. I came in hot.
It's
I liked
okay.
it though. It
It's
felt
okay.
good.
Yeah, it's a good way
It
to start.
feels awesome to do shit like that.
Yeah.
I want to get one for the crib.
Mm-hmm.
That actually, I might cause some problems with some people who live below me.
That's
But
interesting.
There's this one person, and I don't want to say her name or what instrument she plays.
Okay.
But she practices that shit. And sometimes when I can tell she's really struggling with something, I'm hitting the broomstick against the ground to be like, shut the fuck up, even though it's not bothering me.
You're doing that.
Yo, yeah.
So you're
Really?
a room smacker. That's something that you do.
I do below and above.
You go up.
I go up. Actually, you know what? Literally, my first memory is my mom hitting the apartment or the ceiling of our apartment with the broom to get our neighbor to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Early neighbor memory.
The first memory I ever have.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is kind of a weird thing to see as a child, I feel like. You're like, what is. Did you know what was going on?
Primal.
No, I didn't know really what anything. I was pretty much like a 2-year-old or something.
Yeah, you didn't
right?
know anything then.
Yeah.
It's funny. That's kind of like a classic.
It is.
It's a classic neighbor's move, I guess. But I
Yeah.
guess it had to start with apartments.
There's
Yeah.
there's an invention that we found. I don't know if it's actually in production, but you can buy a sort of a large like cylinder vibrator that you can attach to your ceiling.
It's like a stripper pole.
It's a stripper
It looks
pole,
like a stripper
and
pole.
it's just like pounding the ceiling whenever you want to annoy your neighbor.
Wow.
So you can even do it when you're not.
It's like a
if you're at
hydraulic
work,
pump.
or if you're just not at home, you can turn it on and just start smacking your roof from
It's
afar.
like the fucking worm thumping thing from Dune.
Yes.
For your neighbor.
Yes,
Exactly.
the sand
Wow.
walker.
Dude, I fucking want one of those things
The
so
worms?
No, I can't have a worm, but I want the thumper. That
There's
calls
another
the
thing I
worm.
saw a video that can to do decibel levels and like it hits the floor. It's like a reverso. It hits the floor and it mimics
interesting.
the sound of footsteps. I guess if they're testing to see if like places are quiet.
Okay, that makes
Oh.
sense.
I've got to. So you guys, presumably you live in New York, you live in LA. Presumably you don't live in a sort of suburban community. So neighbors are really. It's a different issue. I feel a little bit.
Yeah.
And really, I think what we're focused on, and we're going to be talking about, unfortunately, a lot in this episode, is roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
That's okay.
It's
That's
kind
all
of
right.
like a neighbor who lives in your house.
Yes,
It is.
It is. It is.
I want to run by some rules I have
Okay.
for roommates, and I think we'll probably add for these. These will work for neighbors too, but they're a little more for. You'll see.
Okay.
No pussy on the couch.
Right.
Let's break that down. Let's break that one down.
Yeah.
So let's
feel like it's fairly self-explanatory.
like if you're living with a woman.
No.
What?
Dude, wait, go on. Yes.
See,
Well,
this
I
is
don't
why we
know.
need to talk it through.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is
I
why
don't know
we
what
need to
you
clarify.
mean.
You mean
know?
if you're living, you think if you're living with a girlfriend or a wife?
I don't know. Tell me what you're saying.
Does it also mean no sack on the couch?
What do you mean no sack on the couch?
Well,
to
you
me,
said-
yeah.
You mean no intercourse on the couch?
What?
Because
Do you
it
think
sounds
I-
like you're talking about like don't put genitalia on the couch.
No. I'm
Okay.
saying
But
do
that's
not
literally what it
have
sounds
sex on the couch.
Oh,
Right. See, I
Which
interpreted
is that includes that.
Okay.
But no, if you live with roommates that you are not having sex with,
Right.
in which case, if you are having sex with a roommate, which is your girlfriend, let's
Right.
hope, or else you're in trouble.
That's a whole other thing.
You can have sex anywhere,
Right. It's
You know,
your
that's
house.
true. It's your house.
You can do whatever you
Right.
want.
but if you live with other people that
Mm-hmm.
you're not having sex with, you can't be fucking on that couch.
Yeah.
I agree.
yeah, no
it-
sex in the common area.
No.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, and the couch is so susceptible to stains, and that the idea of like cum being on the couch that's not yours.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That excites me a little, but yeah, overall, it's more just like the couch in general. Whether you live with friends or strangers is difficult terrain. The living
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, totally.
It's
You're
never-
right. It is very. This is very neighbors. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like it's you really have to decide. You know, you have to share a space.
yeah.
You have to share space.
Yeah. Damn.
And
the
there are
couch.
rules that you have in your head that you realize you don't have until someone breaks them. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, like I have this rule in my head that I'm not going to come on the couch. And then your roommate does that. And you're like, I didn't even know that was a rule I had.
That's a
you
good
know?
point. Yeah. And you think like, am I crazy?
Right.
But then you realize that no, a lot of people have very different approaches to anything that comes out of your body that I think that I don't know.
Yeah.
I've encountered a lot of things that leads to the second rule, no shit anywhere but the toilet.
Totally agree with that.
And we flush it when we're done.
And you
Yeah.
have to stay until it's fully cleared, I think, because I had a roommate who did not understand that.
like the smell. Or?
No, she would, I think, like fire and forget. Like she would
Oh.
flush, presumably, and then leave without making sure that the job was done.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn,
That's
that
not
is-
cool.
So I would come in later, and clearly she had flushed, but it hadn't been fully effective. So I would have to then flush a second time for her.
It was like a half flush.
Yeah, well, the
It,
plumbing
like-
was old, but it's like your job to see it through.
You have to see it through. You have
that
to
might
follow
mean
through.
you flush, wait,
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
check. Because sometimes that shit has like kind of the refresh takes a second.
Exactly,
right?
which I think to me goes without saying, but clearly it didn't to her.
Oh my god.
What I would just like to pose is this question around the smell of poop in the bathroom. And do you open the door to aerate it, or do you leave it closed, which will prolong it?
Light a match.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to pry or anything, but do you live with a woman?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend.
Yes, I live with my girlfriend.
All right, not married though.
No.
Interesting. But what women like to do often, this is something I've lived with for a long time, is you get incense matches.
Yes.
They
I
love
have-
those.
I have those.
So that's what you do.
That's what I do.
That's what
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Or that you just subtly change her diet to be,
Right.
to be something that is a sort of more soothing effluvium.
Right.
it
Right,
gives,
right.
Well, that's what I
Right.
prefer.
Yeah.
Know, instead of having to buy the matches, which
Right.
where do you
No.
even get those? Just change your girlfriend's
Just
diet,
change her
right?
diet.
Yeah.
Right.
On that note, do dishes now, I think is another rule.
Oh, my
Oh,
god.
dude.
We're doing them right now.
Yeah.
We're done with eating.
Yeah.
Those dishes are getting done.
Yeah.
Because that is the
Yes.
that is the Alsace-Lorraine of the
Dude.
shared household, the kitchen sink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ground zero.
That really look, even in my house right now with my girlfriend, the sink is a contentious zone.
Who contends?
I think both of us, I think sometimes we just let that shit stack up. And that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
It's not cool.
It's
Do
not
you
That's
guys
something
do them
gotta-
immediately? Everybody here does them immediately.
I have a dishwasher. No, I let it. I live alone.
You let it stack.
A little bit.
Yeah, a
By the
little
end
bit.
of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the next day at the latest. Right.
It's got if it's not done that night, it's done the next morning.
Yeah.
While I'm making coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's never We're never more than 2 meals away or 1 meal away.
No.
You know?
Yeah, I think, but you're right. Like, that's the perfect thing. Is just right when you use
Get
it,
it
wash
done.
it, put it in the dish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the exchange if whoever cooks, the other person cleans.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
also that arrangement.
That's kind of an unsaid rule, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes said, but
Sometimes they say it.
sometimes they say it. Yeah.
Sometimes they
Sometimes they
say it.
say it. Food thieving, okay, once a quarter, no more.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it
Right.
happens.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarette out window in bedroom, okay, only after the first time you make love to a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that's acceptable, no?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it because I used to smoke in my apartment, and I've had roommates that it's tough. Cigarette smoke,
It's tough.
it's tough because it really it's also like when you don't smoke,
Yeah.
it's like you
You
really smell it.
You
Changes
really
the
smell it.
zone.
Changes
but
the
I
It also
like
depends
the rule.
how much you're having sex.
Oh yeah, but you said first time.
Only the first time, and I didn't say having sex.
Oh.
Made love.
Right.
Sometimes when you make love to a woman, they're like, let's smoke a cigarette out the window.
Right.
And so, you know, because most of the time you're on reels within 2 seconds.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
You're
you barely
reeling.
even, I'm not finished and I'm on reels.
You're already reeling.
You know what I mean? We're in the reels.
totally.
Which
You're
is
in
so
the reel.
unhealthy.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
No.
It's good.
Grace, dude.
But sometimes you make love and you're like, we need to smoke a cigarette, but only the first time.
Okay.
Not too many kitschy objects. You don't want that's really a roommate thing. If you live alone, that's fine. But if roommates, there's too much stuff accumulating. Every time you go out to you go upstate, you go to some fucking antique store, you buy some fucking piggy bank.
Right.
We don't need a new piggy bank every time you go up to the fucking farmer's market or whatever.
Yes.
Right.
Wipe down surfaces.
Yeah. That's a big one. Not good at that.
Yeah.
Not good
you
at
don't
that.
wipe stuff.
I'm not good at that. I see dirt and I say, okay,
You accept it.
I accept it.
What about like kitchen surfaces?
Kitchen is a different kind of zone.
Uh-huh.
Dust on surfaces, I just let it rock. You know, I
Yeah.
let it just fester.
Yeah.
And it's a problem. And
Right.
I acknowledge that and I need to get better at it. But that's a tough one for me.
That is, yeah. It's not, you know what really makes a difference though?
It
It
does.
makes a difference.
You just
Huge
squirt that
difference.
shit and wipe it, and it's like, wow, my house is clean now.
I went to my boy's house and took a little tinkle the other day. I looked down. The sink's a mess. The floor is dirty. And I'm like, fellas, this
Yeah.
is the room with the most water in it.
Yeah.
Why not spread a little where it's dirty? You know what
There
I'm
are
saying?
so many opportunities for water.
There's water and there's paper in here.
Yeah.
If you
Right,
don't even want to
yeah.
use a fucking washcloth
rag.
or another rag
Yeah.
or anything. You know what? Because I do use that. I do use, if I have roommates, I do use their washcloth to like clean up spills.
No, you don't.
And then I put it back in the shower. No,
Do you?
of course not.
Come on. I feel like you just admitted that. You've done it. I might have done that too, though.
I
Piss
think,
in the sink? Piss in the sink, okay?
well, we've all peed in, but that's different.
But
Okay.
is that okay, is what I'm asking. Is it, if you have roommates, can you piss in the sink?
Why are you pissing in the sink?
It's
Why?
Closer to your,
No, we don't accept that
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
You,
Okay.
that works for a little bit in your life, and it
Okay.
works if you're living in an SRO. But
Right.
it does not work if there's no bathroom. We can
Right.
talk.
Okay,
Right.
bathroom is being used, kitchen sink open. And you gotta go so bad.
How bad, man?
You're about to piss your pants.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. You
What
just
it-
can't.
okay, how about so you grab a mason jar, you pee in the jar in your room,
Yeah.
save it until they leave.
It's
What do we
been
think
done.
about that?
It's
versus,
been done. There's actually a call about that.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, it's a little more extreme than that.
Okay. So let's table that one.
I think the most important rule, I think that we can agree on before we go further, we live in a society,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just one man.
How's that a rule?
That's just a good rule if you live with other people. I know we live here together.
Right.
I'm but a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's only one of me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
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 It seems like more of a precept perhaps than a rule.
No, these are rules. This is on my list of rules.
Okay.
Say it one more time. Say it one
I
more
think if
time.
it's
We
on the
li-
list, it's a rule.
We live in society, but I'm just a man.
How would somebody break that rule?
I feel like, are you kind of saying like, I might fuck up, but, forgive me or something? No.
Interpret it as you wish. I'm just
Yeah.
saying we do live like all together, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But we're all individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
we're all
like it.
but one man.
For some reason, you
That's
said that, and
true.
I'm like, I
Ultimately,
want to
it's
live
true.
with you.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
don't.
Oh.
No. I'd be touching. And
You'd be
there's all
touching?
sorts of weird
Touching?
things. You think peeing in the sink? No, I'm doing other stuff in there that you
Okay.
don't know. I'm not touching you. Well,
Oh,
maybe
but-
I'm touching
right.
your stuff though. I'm going in there. I'm
You're just
moving
in her room,
things.
just touching things.
Yeah.
I like that. That could be. It's sort of like worst nightmare roommate stuff. Is your roommate's just touching all your shit?
Everything.
Yeah, and especially when you're not there.
He's just in there.
He's not using it. He's
you
just
go
touching
and
it.
you look at your little laptop keys and you're like, is this someone's like,
There's
sweat on
there's
here?
like little Dorito dust on the
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah.
Is someone eating chips in my bed?
That would be. I would hate that. Clearly, Dorito crumbs in your
Yeah.
bed.
We are in a time of neighbor disputes. I mean, obviously October 7th, but even beyond that, America and Canada, Mexico a little bit. We're doing some stuff down there. Europe is, I assume there's always making new ones over there. Obviously Yugoslavia, that was the 90s though. But going back even through history, Franco-Prussian, Genghis Khan, who moved so far across the world, he always got new neighbors and then had problems with them.
Right.
The Turks in Europe, of course, Turkey's part of Europe a bit, but they've had some difficulties in the past. I feel like neighbor disputes define our age. I don't really have anywhere else I'm going with that one, but
I like it though. No, definitely.
fellas,
like
I
the
love the
trajectory.
show. I love the show. I don't know if I have many questions.
That's okay.
Thank you.
That's okay. That's probably a good thing.
I feel like the work speaks for itself, but is there anything you would like to say that maybe the work didn't?
Honestly, no. I
No.
feel like it's good. I just like what you're saying. Like, it's sometimes if you ask too many questions about it, it's sort of like, I don't know. It's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you like it.
Yeah.
In every instance, though, were you guys like, this person's right? In many of them, I found it difficult to find a correct party.
I think it was we chose stories where genuinely we would like read the casting pitch for them and we'd be like, damn, I could totally see both of these people being right in a certain way.
Yeah.
And there was often times where like emotionally they were totally right, factually completely wrong. Like definitely don't own that piece of land. But emotionally I'm like, I kind of understand your way of thinking more than I do the other neighbor. But the other neighbor is like totally right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that was, there's like the emotional truth and the factual truth. And that we always chose stories where it felt like that was at the core of it,
Yeah. Yeah, I also think that like there's certain people that in our show, like, if we're filming a story, sometimes there's one side or one house or one person on, whatever team that, is funner to hang out with.
For
Yeah.
sure. For
So
sure.
like that's where it gets in terms of the actual problem. Yeah. I don't know who's right and wrong, but sometimes you just like one of them more, know?
Sometimes one's a better hang.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of great hangs.
I feel like, I don't know, but sometimes you look at things and you're like, man, it's such a big world. And people are doing so many things in it.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
huge.
really how I felt watching the show.
That's awesome.
You're like, people are having experiences that I could never even imagine in my wildest dreams.
that's honestly, I feel like that's what
Maybe the most important thing out of the show.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like if people could see our shows almost like an X-ray machine of the, it's like you like fly over all those cities when you're in a plane and you look down. Like we're always like, what the fuck is happening in all those houses? Hopefully our shows, like it just shows you what is.
What's happening.
What's happening in that house. Yeah.
Some guy pulling a gun out of his closet, What's the best gun you guys saw? Did anyone have a gun where you're like, oh, that's pretty good?
Who had the coolest gun?
I know you're from the Bay, so you're scared, but you're from Philadelphia, so you've got some bodies on you.
I'm cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you're cool.
We're cool.
You're cool.
I'm cool with the guns.
But
I'm trying to think about the coolest gun. I mean, the one that Trevor has that he shows us.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I do love that one because it does feel like something out of like, it looks like the gun in Taxi Driver.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it
has
also
that,
feels
like-
historical.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it still works, but it looks cool.
Yes. I
yeah.
like that one. That's just a little handgun. I really, after doing the show, kind of got it.
It's crazy because I was like, damn, if I was in a be with my neighbor, I'd use a bomb. But
Right.
whatever,
Right.
So what am I to say?
No,
Because
you're
a gun,
right.
you kill the person. With a bomb, you kill the house.
Right.
You feel me?
And the person.
And
yeah.
and presumably the
Right.
person.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe just the house though. When they're
Right.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have some questions to intersperse in with these.
Okay.
Good.
But let's just get
Let's get
I see
into
you
it.
looking at your phone. You got somewhere to be?
I'm putting
No,
it away.
it's all good, man. No, you can look at it. I'll look. Why
I
don't
don't
I
want to
my
look at the phone,
I'll
dude.
go to Reels.
I'm here. See, this is the problem with phone is I'm addicted to it. You know,
Right.
come on.
Right.
Let's
right.
do
Reels.
neighbor suck my roommate's dick.
Hey team, big fan, love you guys. My upstairs neighbor once came, knocked on my door, seemingly innocuously just, asked to borrow something, closed the door, went back to my girlfriend. She said, that girl's up to something. About 3 weeks later, she was up to something. She came down, sucked my roommate's dick, walked off into the sunset, became a big situation with boyfriend drama afterwards. Not very fun. I declare war. Peace.
Interesting.
You done lost the war, my brother.
Yeah, you lost. So she came, just to recap.
Yeah, I honestly, maybe because I zoned. That story went by fast.
It
Can
did go
someone
by a
break
little
that
fast.
down one
Yeah,
more?
maybe let's just take a sec.
It sounds to me like the roommate of this gentleman
Yeah.
got his dick sucked by a neighbor.
Right.
And that neighbor had previously come to the house
Right.
to do an innocuous, may I borrow a bit of sugar? And the caller's girlfriend was like, she wants to suck someone's dick.
I see.
Which I'm sure the caller was like, yeah, you're tripping.
Right.
And then she did successfully come down and suck his roommate's dick.
So the girlfriend really called it. She said,
Yeah.
something suspicious is going on here. I think there's something more at play. A couple days later, she was right.
She was right.
So that was kind of a scouting mission on
Yeah.
the roommate. Just
Recon.
get the lay of the land, and then came in for the kill.
She was doing dick recon.
Right.
But what I don't understand is it seems like there's maybe another party here who we're not hearing about, which would be this roommate's girlfriend. Because
Yes.
if the roommate had just, or excuse me, if the neighbor had just come down and sucked the dick,
Right.
then no harm, no foul.
Right.
But either that neighbor has a boyfriend or the roommate has a girlfriend, because it seems like if there's any drama about that.
Right. Where's the drama?
I mean, this story is just. I mean, this really feels like a Chat GBT, like
Interesting.
fucking AI summary of the real story.
I
feel
know.
Like we're missing.
Yeah, we're missing-
everything.
we're missing
Also, how
really-
does someone just the neighbor come in and suck someone's dick?
Well, presumably he let her in like a
Right.
vampire, But
Right.
you know,
And
these
when she
things
opened the
these things
door-
happen, but
Yeah.
it is a little, I do find it interesting. This one is from a rancher. Let's do rancher beef.
Hey, Brace. Hey, Young Chomsky. Long-time listener and Patreon subscriber. Love you guys. Love the show. Love to Liz. You wanted to hear about bad neighbors. I've got a bad neighbor for you here. So I'm a rancher in rural Colorado. I don't own the land, but I manage it for the absentee landowners. Now, unbeknownst to me, when I took over management of the property, I also inherited a feud with a neighbor, let's call him Jim. They went back to a water rights dispute with the previous owners over a ditch you could jump across 45 years ago. Not an exaggeration. Anyway, so when I took it over, he started harassing me in a kind of rancher swatting way. So ranchers, of course, can't swat each other, because everyone lives in the middle of nowhere and the police never do shit out here. And everyone's so heavily armed that if you actually tried to swat anyone or start anything, you would cause an international incident. So what you do is you're driving by their property, and then you call the sheriff and you say, hey, I was driving by whatever road, and there's like 80 cows out on this road, right? So the sheriff knows where all the ranches are, so he calls you, and he says, hey, we just got a report that there's like 80 cows out on the highway by your ranch, right? So you, of course, jump up, fuck, this is going to be a fucking rodeo. You're running out of the house, you're shouting at your friend, like, saddle up the horses, we got fucking cows out, and you drive out there as fast as you can. And there's no cows, of course. Now, the art to this is to make this call at maximally inconvenient times for your target. So I was getting calls waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or at 9:30 at night, or during Christmas Eve dinner, whatever. And, at a certain point, you're like, it's fucking Jim again. But you still have to go, because it's always possible that you do have a bunch of fucking cows out on the road, and that would be catastrophic. So it got pretty bad. It was a pretty bad while there. I eventually tried to get back at him by flooding out part of his ranch, by fucking with the ditch, basically. It was ugly. He eventually got run out of, the area by Mennonites which is very difficult to piss off Mennonites badly enough that they run you out. He got jumped by a pacifist. It was very funny. Anyway, that's how sausage is made in the hinterlands of the rural West. Love you guys so much. Best wishes to Liz. And, yeah, thanks. Bye.
Wow.
Straight from the Yellowstone hotline.
Yeah.
I love that. I felt like I was watching a movie with that one, right?
I just closed my eyes and just sort of drifted there.
That's a dream caller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Also, he
gotta-
loves you guys, by the way. That was really
That's
nice.
really
That was
nice.
touching.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of the first episode you guys
Yes.
had.
I was,
except-
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
felt like that. You know,
Yes.
it's funny. It really made me think, and he's a great storyteller, but it's just funny how no matter where you live, the ways that people fuck with neighbors can look totally different. Like,
Yeah.
I love that idea of someone just fucking with you like that. Like, you know, all your cows
Yeah,
are
calling the sheriff to tell
cows
it,
are-
like, oh, there's a bunch of cows near this guy's pasture. I don't know whose they are.
Yeah.
That is good.
And it's nice that the Mennonites came through, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I will say, though, I don't know if he was referring to the Mennonite as a pacifist, but my boy Zach did get his shit fucking rocked by a Mennonite in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Turns
Like,
out he and I both know the Mennonite, but he didn't know this at the time. But the guy we know turned Mennonite, and then saw my friend Zach and just fucking socked him.
Wow.
So he turned Mennonite recently? Or he didn't grow
I mean,
up Mennonite?
he didn't grow up Mennonite. As far as I know, he didn't grow up Mennonite. Certainly, he was not Mennonite when I came into contact with him as a teenager.
So interesting.
Yeah.
And in Philly, rocked by a Mennonite.
Rocked by a Mennonite. Dude.
When the-
You met Zach. He's a big dude.
I think so.
Tall ass motherfucker. He was at our Philadelphia shows when we did them like a few years
Sure.
ago.
I feel like you know a lot of freakishly tall men.
Well, just next to me because I'm 5'1".
Yeah,
for
that's
those who
true.
can't hear.
They got into a beef about something in the past. This guy turned Mennonite, and then he sort of...
They were in a band together.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think the guy didn't really actually have a beef with him. He just didn't know how else to express himself.
Oh, well, it's kind of
I
sweet.
know. This next one kind of reminds me, this is just how I imagine filming the actual show you guys did turned out.
What's up, TrueAnon gang? Love the show. My name is Connor. I'm calling in to complain about one of my neighbors. So my wife and I live next to an older couple, and their kids and grandkids all live in the same house with them. We're all cool with each other. We've been to cookouts at each other's houses, etc. My hate is directed towards the dad/grandpa of the house. And let me preface this by saying they have a borderline psychotic home security setup that involves a self-installed 10-foot metal pole with 4 different types of security cameras pointed in all directions of the street. And also they left the construction scaffolding up for that pole for literally 3 years, but that's not even the grievance here. But it is relevant. Okay, so one particular time we went over there, we had never actually been inside their house. My wife and I go in there, and the dad immediately offers us beers. We politely decline because we don't even drink like that, but he insists. They tell us to get comfortable. We sit down in their living room, only to realize that under their main TV setup, it's mounted on the wall, there is a multi-screen live security feed setup on some Epstein, Paul Blart Control Center shit, live feed of our entire street just in their living room at all times. We proceed to drink beer and make small talk that quickly devolves into the dad shaming us for being drinkers while we were drinking the beers that he insisted we drink. We didn't even want to drink those fucking beers because he is sober now. Followed by him asking if we are Catholic. We say we were raised Catholic. He proceeds to essentially hold us hostage for 30 minutes and explain that Catholics are fake Christians and the Catholic Bible is fake. And he pulls out 2 different Bibles, attempting to show us the difference between the Bibles, and I don't know what that means at all. I don't even remember exactly how the fuck we got out of this situation, but needless to say, our neighborly relationship has never been the same. I do not want to interact with this guy ever again. Fuck him. Thanks. Have a good one. Love you guys.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a great story.
It's a great
is.
story.
It's honestly chilling.
Yeah.
I
It's
love,
such
like,
a power
the-
move.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you into my house and show you that I'm watching you. It's like a, horse's head in the bed. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
better watch out, you know?
I will say, dude, how many people are fucking filming from like home security cameras?
Dude.
It's crazy to me. There's
Yeah.
like, I feel like in one of the Florida ones you guys did, there was a lot of home security footage.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of people on cell phones, but I'm like, what is this urge that people have? What is going on your street?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I mean, and it's so like unintentional.
Yeah.
Setting out to make this show, we're not like, we want to document everyone's security systems. It's just like almost every story, everybody had a little cockpit in their house where they sat with all their screens and they just monitored everyone. It's insane.
Yeah, there was one character who just like laid in bed and watched like westerns, but then also he had another monitor next to the monitor showing westerns that was just footage of like 6 different security cameras filming his neighbor's house, you know, and just would like, that's the 2 things he watched all day.
There's something there about westerns and the frontier.
There's something there.
Run with.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, I've lived in cities most of my life where nasty things occur on the street, but I'm like, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to
You
know.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it just comes from when you actually just own a house.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you're like, I mean, I think a lot of this shit comes from that. Like, you know, because no one on our show is a renter.
Yeah, I guess
You
that's
know?
true. Yeah.
So, but I know, like, it is just crazy, like, the time that we're in.
Yeah.
If I had a crib, I guess, and like owned a house somewhere, maybe I would put a camera up. But I don't think I don't know. I feel like I'd be too lazy, but for insurance or something. But like, what the deal is like with like watching the street and like keeping an eye out, like that's what's so confusing to me.
That is weird. The street thing is, like, another level.
Yeah. Well, and oftentimes these systems are basically if something happens in your neighborhood, you call the police, like a hit and run or there's a neighbor issue or whatever. The police officer comes over and basically tells you need to buy a security camera and install it so you have proof of what's going on. And that is like the beginning of the end. Like, because then you feel like, oh, the only way I can be, you know, justify anything is if I have proof of it.
Yeah.
So I have to have proof. And so then it's like, proof of what? Like, you know, did something happen on your street or that a neighbor did something wrong? But, you know, oftentimes like cops suggest security camera systems. And yeah,
it's true. Cops kind of make people into these, you know, paranoid surveillors to some extent. You're right.
And then they use the surveillance that these people get. I watch a lot of interrogation videos of people when I can't, like when I wake up, I have a lot of nightmares. And so I wake up at 5 a.m. sometimes and I'll put on very quietly, like someone's like 4-hour interrogation and it sort of lulls me to sleep.
yeah.
And
one angle, right?
Yeah, one angle.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're more in like documentary format. And a lot of it, like people get busted because like your neighbor had a fucking video camera and that like showed you burning your parents' corpses in the fireplace at your house.
Right.
And like, and so these things, like, I think about this a lot. I'm like, damn, there's just, and they like, to resolve some bullshit about a fence until you get a fucking camera and then like, you know, say your other neighbor decides to innocently murder his like whatever husband or wife or kids or whole family maybe in an annihilation situation. Then all of a sudden you're working for the police in this.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so true. But you don't have to give that footage to the police,
Yeah,
right?
but people want to.
They want to.
that's the thing.
Yeah. It's
But like,
Chekhov's footage.
Right.
You know?
Once the footage exists, it has to be watched.
Dude, it's so Minority Report.
Yeah.
That movie. Like, it is just crazy how I'm just, you know, I mean, it's sort of like a stoner thought, but it just like as time goes on, I'm so, you know, it's going to be crazy how much shit is just, there's going to be cameras fucking everywhere.
It's just so funny too. Like instead of like living alongside your neighbors and like interacting with them, just like having like a fucking panopticon that you, or like some crazy dome surveillance system in your like fucking like suburban Wisconsin home. Like also, I think a lot of people really want their suburban house to get like broken into while they're in there. Because I also sometimes watch gun YouTube. And there's a lot of guys who are like, this is my home defense. Fucking, you know, you keep your hard point at this, your bedroom door, and you have total like situational awareness of the hallway corridor. And then, of course, like any ingress or egress things going on here. And I'm just like, what do you think is happening in the crib?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we heard some elaborate scenarios from neighbors who were like ready to defend their, you know, house like it was, you know, like, like it was like some sort of compound that was going to be under attack by some sort of militant group, and it's just like, I don't think that's going to happen.
A straw dog style situation.
Yeah.
Dude, totally. Yeah, fuck, that movie rules.
I mean, my view is if someone comes in Casa del Belden, I'm going to blow your head off with a 38 special. But like, that's not to defend my house. That's to defend from you touching my stuff in my house.
Right.
I'm a renter because I also don't want to live with a ghost.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Think about that. You smoke someone, there's a fucking ghost in your house, new roommate, no rent.
Yeah, also,
That's
if you
interesting.
shoot someone in your house, you're just going to keep living there?
Yeah.
That is scary.
You're going to see where the new paint layers were and,
Dude, someone I know did.
What, someone killed
No, it was like a stabbed someone in their house and just still lived there.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well.
But the guy didn't die.
Right.
Oh.
That's
You know.
okay.
Okay.
But he
there's no
bled
ghosts,
everywhere.
so-
Then you just clean it up,
Clean it
I
up.
guess.
Yeah, you guys
Clean
should
it
just
up.
clean it up. Speaking of, this is also another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Too many animals. Let's roll this one.
Yeah.
Hi, TrueAnon. First time, long time. So I moved into a new apartment in September, and I've gotten to know my neighbor a little bit. For reference, it's a pretty small apartment, 2 bedrooms, but currently my neighbor has his wife, 2 kids under 5, 2 large dogs, a cat, a bird, and 2 reptiles all in this apartment, and I can't hear them all the time. My first introduction to him was constantly hearing him yell at his wife through the wall and also scream at his children. But later he introduced himself to me and immediately showed me the stab wound from when he apparently got stabbed by someone in my building because they didn't respect him. I didn't get further details on that. I'm also pretty sure that his wife is over 10 years younger than him, and they started dating when she was 17, which is something. Anyways, multiple times a month, I hear him have a loud party next door, which almost always ends with him getting into a loud fight with his wife or someone else, the music turning off and everyone leaving kind of awkwardly. Last time he was yelling at someone in the hallway saying, "You're gonna get fucked in the butt. Get your gay ass home. I know some jailbirds who can fuck you up." That might have been to his gay cousin who always rings my doorbell to flirt with me while he's drunk and then leave. But I must say, he's very nice to me. He always gives me a hug when he sees me and says that he loves me. And he gave me some leftover cake from his daughter's birthday party last weekend. He keeps saying we need to party together. He calls me Luke, which isn't really my name, but I'm kind of scared to correct him on it. That's my story. Love the show. Bye.
Awesome.
Luke, let me level with you. You have to move.
You gotta move.
You
dude.
have to move. The cousin is ringing the doorbell to flirt with you?
Yeah.
Gay cousin, right?
What does that even mean, though? If someone if your neighbor's cousin is like, ding dong, you look beautiful.
That's a nightmare,
What are we doing here? My question to you guys, what the fuck possesses people to live with so many animals in such small environs? Mints.
And mints.
Right.
Why do people take mints?
Yeah,
Why do people it's a great question. Why do people do that? I mean, in the cases of our show, in one of them, a guy just really wants a fucking farm to provide for his family. So like that one,
it starts to it escalates and gets out of control very quickly. It's like a gateway drug. Like you get a cat or maybe 2 cats, or you take one in because you feel bad for the cat. And you're like, well, I don't want the cat to be alone, so maybe I just, and then you see other cats, and you're like, well, maybe all the cats can hang out, and they can have a little cat family. And then, then you're like, so it's like, it starts to, and then what happened with Jean is that she started feeding the cats, and then she was like, well, if I stop feeding them, they're going to all die because they don't know how to find food for themselves, and they're going to starve to death, so I have to keep feeding them, and then more cats came. So it's like, I think, and then with Trevor's farm is like, well, if I have 2 goats, I need another goat to be able to make enough milk, and if I have milk and the goat, I also need meat, so I need to get a pig. It's just like
and it's also like if you can't just have like if you're really trying to homestead, you can't just have like a goat and a chicken.
Right.
You kind of have to like have enough animals to provide
for it to be a farm.
True, yeah. Well, I mean, I think to solution to that, I'd probably live on a farm instead of just like a neighborhood.
Right.
That would be my. But I obviously, I'm not in that situation. But my question is more like, because like sometimes you live next to someone with like 8 cats, and I know that one of my old neighbors might be listening to this with her 4 cats in that studio apartment. Baby, I told you that was a lot of cats in that studio. But sometimes you meet somebody and they have like a lot of animals in it, and then there will be a couple of the extraneous ones. Maybe there's a ferret, maybe there's a few reptiles,
right?
And it's sort of it gets a little moist in there, and there's a certain stench that emits and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just I don't understand what I love all animals, not all of them.
Do you have a pet?
No,
I also don't have a pet.
Me either.
You don't?
No.
I think.
We should kill all pets.
Great. So let's do that.
Pets are wrong.
No, I just wonder, like, it's sometimes because I don't have a pet. I also didn't grow up with, like, I wasn't a dog. We were in a dog family. So I'm like, for me, it's hard to access the pet thing in, like, that way. So I don't know,
Yeah, sometimes when I go in a person's house and they have a dog, I'm just like, there is a live animal in this house right now. What are we doing?
I grew up with dogs. I love dogs, but I don't know. I'm in a city. It's just, there's room for me and my things.
Right, totally.
Right?
My view is this: dogs are for fighting. No, but dude, I told this on the show before. My friend knew a guy who got eaten by dogs in fucking Bushwick.
Your friend got
what?
No, my friend knew a guy who was because they do eat you if you pass.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I like that you were like, no, my friend knew a guy, and we're like, okay. But it still doesn't erase the fact that
that did happen.
It did happen.
That's
crazy.
But
Yeah.
eaten posthumously.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We genuinely don't know, I think.
Okay.
But eaten posthumously, probably. They do that.
I do think what Dylan was saying. I think it becomes some type of addiction or like collector thing. Like it just maybe you just start. I don't know. You get used to having 2 cats, and you're like, oh, fuck it,
well, and it
2 more.
structures your day. You're like, well, at 2 I have to get the cats the kibble, and then at 4 I have to pay feed the lizard, and then at 6 I have to. It's like gives you a day. You know,
have nothing else going on in your life. Just get a bunch of animals.
Get a bunch of animals, and you're good to go.
That's I don't know if you guys have read Man's Search for Meaning, but that's like the last chapter is all about that. It's like get a dog.
Yeah,
really?
Just get
No. But with the cats, I've lived with a lot of cats. I grew up with dogs. I've lived with a lot of cats, and I lived with good cat owners, and I've lived with cat owners that were more like not good. And it is an interesting feeling. Every morning we were cooking coffee, making coffee. At fucking 5 a.m. and you step in puddles of cat piss all the time, and then you're the bad guy.
Right.
But it's the litter box is the thing that's tough. And sometimes you go to someone's really small apartment and they're like, no, actually we don't even smell it at all. It's like, no, your whole house does smell like doo-doo, but you live here, so you don't smell.
You don't smell it,
dude. Totally. I mean, that's the thing in itself too. Is just the way that people's houses smell. And the fact that people get so used to them. It is such like a... Even when I was younger, I would go on like play dates and sleepovers and shit. And I feel like just smelling other people's houses was like weird.
Well, isn't there something literally in cat feces? It literally like...
it drives you crazy.
It drives you crazy.
Right.
And then you just stop being able to smell any... Like you can't...
Well, and the pee doesn't come out. Like the pee stench is like... It sticks around longer than other stenches. I will say though, like you guys... Whenever... There's a new episode, I have thought, man, these people's houses must smell fucking crazy.
I mean, I wish that there was a way for people to watch the show and smell the house.
Like
you know,
if Febreze squirt.
Right. Yeah, true. If we do a theatrical release of Neighbors, we could do the 4D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every house, man,
wow,
totally different smell.
Insane
and
smells.
it gets to the point where like the smell of cleaning products is also triggering because that when you smell such a strong scent of Febreze that around the next corner is like the craziest thing you ever smelled in your fucking life.
Yeah,
totally,
dude, that is so true.
Let's do my boy had herpes and well.
What's up, guys? On the basis of roommates, I used to live in what later became a flop house. My buddy got diagnosed with herpes, and one of our roommates would follow him around and Lysol everything he touched and would not eat with us or anything. Anyway, he moved out, and into his bedroom moved an entire punk band, including one member sleeping in the closet. And in the main bedroom, that guy with the herpes moved in his girlfriend, and his closet became the baby's room. And then in the living room, my buddy with herpes, his insane dad moved in, and anytime I brought a woman over, he would go, "Oh, you must be Madison's sister." Madison being the first girl I introduced him to. This happened like 5 times, and I always had to answer for it. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Whoa.
Wow, that
That's a
was
lot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sort of cascaded.
Every word was like just pounds of. That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Wow.
You,
Okay.
you think that when he got herpes, he like opened the door. He's like, guys, there's something I need to tell you. I have herpes, everybody.
Dude, and just following him around, lysoling everything he touched. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you
God.
gotta tell your roommates if you have herpes.
No, you do legally, most leases.
Yeah.
It's in the bylaws.
Let's be
right?
real about STDs for a second.
Okay.
They're basically not real.
I
There's
totally
only
agree.
2 that are kind of real.
What are they?
Herpes and HIV.
So, but it doesn't like everyone have herpes or something? Isn't it like 3 out of 4?
That's what somebody you were going to hook up with who had herpes told you.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what somebody you were like, no, everybody has herpes.
Yeah.
It's just mostly dormant.
Just get it.
I don't know. Maybe I have herpes. I've never checked. Sometimes I get bumps on my penis and mouth, you know?
Right.
It could be anything.
That could be a lot of different
It could
things.
be a lot of things.
That could be a lot of different things.
But those are the only 2 without a cure, no?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, like you know. But those are the only 2 that they haven't, because with syphilis, which used to really, that decimated societies,
Killed
it's
people.
basically, you can get rid of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And chlamydia,
Damn right,
gonorrhea.
gone.
Let's name them.
Yeah, gonorrhea, but chlamydia and gonorrhea, we've never really known what the difference is between the 2.
Oh,
have we?
really?
I don't.
Well, I think people say the clap is gonorrhea, but people say chlamydia because it sounds like it should be the clap.
It's got the claw sound.
But the clap is gonorrhea.
I was curious in that story about the baby in the closet. What was that about?
Sounds like the guy and his girlfriend, who presumably contracted herpes from him, or vice
Right.
versa, they had some herpetic baby. Wow. That was
The baby might not have herpes. I don't know how that works.
I don't think it's transmitted
Yeah.
down like that.
Yeah.
Although if you're having an outbreak when it's coming
Yeah, I
out,
think
it's
it can.
obviously
Maybe.
a vaginal birth. Maybe it has. Yeah.
Right.
But,
Could I say something about that? I just want to go one story back. That was kind of crazy that neighbor had a stab wound.
Oh,
and
right.
Showed
We
it
kind of
to the-
glossed over that.
That was crazy.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that person needs to move.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like-
Anyways, yeah. That was. I just was sort of. That's been in my mind. That's
Yeah.
a crazy. If my neighbor was like, yeah, like look at this stab wound. Like I was.
I got it
someone-
because the old
because
neighbor
someone
didn't
disrespected
respect
me.
But
Yeah.
I guess that is a euphemism
Right? That's true.
for getting stabbed.
Right.
I was
I was-
involved in a kinetic disrespectful incident in the foyer earlier today. It's all
I was
good now.
severely disrespected.
But I'm like, you gotta at least get out of that family's orbit. Is what I'm gonna
Yes.
say. No more. Don't accept the cakes anymore. Be like, and just be like, fuck it. I have cancer. I can't hang out with you. No, I have herpes.
Right. I wonder how cheap the rent is in that. How much that guy's paying.
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing too. Is you always are like, you move in sometimes. It's like when they fucking. You had your problems with your neighbors.
Which ones?
Well, I don't want to say it on the show because it makes you sound really Islamophobic.
Oh. Yeah. They are loud.
Yeah. It's not people. Well, they are people. But it's like
Well, they have a fucking PA system that is
Yes.
broadcasting out basically at me and no one else.
he got a mosque underneath him. And they're doing call to
That was
prayer.
a call to prayer.
And they're doing the call to prayer.
Yeah, or the PA system.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to out you like
respect it.
this.
I respect
Right,
what
you
He
they're
is
doing.
so respectful when he talks about
It's not my business.
It's so
Right.
funny.
Dude, no, it makes sense. And how often is that?
Oh, it's every day. I mean, but it comes and goes. I don't know. I have a fan going,
Right.
that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
works. But it's just like the only, just directionally, the only place that is going is in my bedroom.
That's crazy.
It really doesn't
Interesting.
carry beyond that.
Dude,
but like,
they do, what is it, Fajr at fucking, it's at like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
The first one? 5 times a day, my brother.
I think it's 5 times a day. Yeah.
Interestingly is that you never seem to consider maybe seeing what they had on offer.
I mean, I see they seem like they got a good thing. They had they seem like they're having a good time. I
But
guess.
if you
yeah.
converted to Islam,
Yeah.
those calls to prayer that wake you up at 5 in the morning, that's not like a fuck, I'm getting woken up. That's like a yes, I'm getting woken
It's really convenient,
Yeah.
actually.
I'll put that in the pro column.
That is a great way to think about that.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a half
If you
glass
can't beat
full.
them, join them.
Yeah, that's what I view about. By the way, that's my advice to every single person calling in.
Is convert to Islam.
Is convert to Islam. Let's go with a roommate is cooler than me. I can't remember what this one was about.
Hey, TrueAnon roommate story. So my freshman year of college, I had a randomly assigned 17-year-old roommate who was this like BPD savant art ho type. Anyway, she asked for privacy one afternoon, like the first month we were living together, because her 26-year-old boyfriend was coming over who, naturally was living at home. Not the point. So anyway, I leave, don't hear from her for a long time, not answering her phone. So eventually I just come back to our shared bedroom and she is topless doing coke off of our disgusting dorm room floor with a $100 bill that I find out later she stole from my desk. So I was pissed, and then she transferred to art school. The end.
Nothing wrong with any of that.
I gotta be completely real. I gotta be completely real with you. She was having a cooler time than you.
Yeah. Sounds like you were a nerd.
Yeah, I'm gonna be just in all honesty. Sounds like she was having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
And
so true.
It doesn't. I will say I didn't spend a lot of time. I spent one night on someone else's dorm room floor, and actually I did. The people I was staying with did have sex on the bed right above me, which actually wasn't.
Did you know that at the time?
No. Well, I know I saw it occur, but I didn't know
occur.
prior to going over there. But I did realize that's when I realized that breasts could have veins in them. So I guess I had never thought about it.
How old were you?
I was probably 16.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, 17, 26. Listen, I don't know these people. The guy lives at home. Well, he's a loser. Okay, he's hanging out with a 17-year-old. She is in college, but no, I'm just kidding. But they're doing coke on the floor. Where else are they supposed to do it?
Right.
Yeah. And $100 bill is
It's clean.
very crisp. Yeah.
They're being clean because
Right.
that's
My
why
guess
people
is
do
she
it.
probably was going to return the bill.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
It was
She
just
did
a tool.
ask for some privacy.
Right. Right.
I don't really see. It doesn't sound fun to me to be on coke in a dorm room locked with your 26-year-old boyfriend when you're 17. But maybe, different strokes.
Could be fun.
Could be fun.
And then she went to art school.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of fun again.
Yeah.
With these people, this is my advice, listener. With these people, you just say, "God bless you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God bless you.
Wait, so in the document, this was roommate is cooler than me. So that was your editorializing?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that title. I was like, she wrote that.
No,
You
these
wrote
are all
that.
of my shorthand so I can remember what the calls are about.
Yeah.
By the way, listeners, I listened to every single voicemail that was left. For a lot of you people, it's tough out there. I don't know what to tell you, but it's tough out there. This one's from somebody who actually, this is a little different. This is from a mail carrier. Let's listen to, but first of all, pause on that name. But let's listen to what he has to say about his little work.
Hey, Brace. Hey, Young Chomsky. I'm a mail carrier, and I just had to deliver 16 metal water bottles and a My Pillow to a guy's house. I really hate that guy. Also, in case you were curious, ever since Chuck had his accident, been a lot more Turning Point mail. Fuck on.
I want to add an addendum to that one. So just in the interest of time, we're not playing it, but there was another call from an Amazon delivery guy who talks about how he has to deliver pallets of Essentia to these same houses every day. Wow. My question for you guys is this. Why do people buy so much fucking bottled water, man?
Bottled water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a really good question.
It could be so many reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people are freaked out by fluoride.
Yeah.
I do think that a
so.
lot of people are freaked out by tap water and fluoride.
It can be kind of canary in the coal mine for a bigger conspiratorial effort, where it's like, oh, something is amiss and this water is purer than whatever is. It's funny, they're like more willing to trust like the Coca-Cola brand than they are like their municipal government,
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And it's, it's strange, but definitely have seen that for sure.
Yeah. So this guy was delivering metal. What was it? Metal
I think
jugs of
16 metal water bottles. People, which you remember like what is Stanley Cups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I presume it's a Stanley Cup style situation.
I see.
Because I think when people in a lot of different places in this country got really into water bottles in the past few years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're right. Reusable water bottles.
Yeah, major trend.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, so you'd think that would be water from the tap in there, but often, according to videos I see on Instagram Reel, they are putting other liquids in there.
Which is so interesting because that completely defeats the purpose of having a water bottle for any sort of ecological reasons.
Yes.
You're buying plastic water bottles to pour into your existing water.
People do that.
I think that's...
People do that. Dude, the pallets of... if I could get the numbers on how many pallets of bottled water are being sold in this country every day, I would make that fucking paper straw kid look like Richard Nixon. Who was actually very pro-environment in some cases. But I would say I would change this. I'm not like a microplastics guy, but I'm like, listen, I'm a water bottle guy.
Yeah.
Been one for years. Maybe that's because from the Bay we got the beautiful, tasty Hetchy water. Best tasting water in America.
The tap water that you guys have there?
In the Bay Area?
Really?
It's delicious.
Delicious.
Really? It's delicious.
Delicious.
Especially compared to the other largest municipality in California, Los Angeles, where the tap water is not good.
Not good.
Does not taste good.
I think New York has good tap water, though.
It doesn't taste great, but I think it's like good in that whenever I get a glass of water and it's completely opaque and cloudy, people are like, "Oh, that's got to be minerals in there." You mean the things
And minerals
in
are
the
good
ground?
for you.
Yeah,
so-
minerals and dirt, the things that are in the ground.
Why do you think that people, don't drink tap water?
If you want to, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think that like most Americans are completely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that I think that there is a type of mental illness that is so all encompassing that they haven't even figured out that it exists yet. It's like one of those things that you can only sort of see it by it's like when you try to make out like dark matter in space or like certain extraterrestrial objects, they can only see it by the space that either takes up or the gravity that
indirect.
Or like the light,
where the light disappears
or whatever. Yeah,
negative space.
I've been all around this country. I've been to most states. I've been to a lot of towns, and I've interacted with a lot of people. I still do. Man, I don't know. There's something really wrong here. It's just, and people are addicted to bottled water, and I think that's just one of the
That's
many.
just the
That's
beginning.
like a tiny symptom.
Yeah. It's like the shrapnel. Just for sure.
Just how about this? Next time you're in your house with a bottle of water, why don't you get a glass?
Yeah.
And then fill that from the tap. And
I
I
like
understand people are like, oh, not everyone has good water. I'm sorry. Most places in America do have drinkable water, except for a few very well-known places.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in one of those that you don't have drinkable water, I'm obviously not talking to you.
Right.
No, duh.
Right.
If for the most part, I think people are just crazy. They just like buying bottle.
Do you think that the Britas work? Do you think all that shit works? Putting it for some
What
reason.
does work?
Huh?
What does work mean?
I don't
in
know.
this
What do you think
context?
it does? How much do you think it takes out? What
And
does
like,
it take
what
out?
is it ultimately taking out?
Exactly.
Yeah. We could probably figure this out, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
And I don't
I'm
really want to
not
know.
interested in figuring
Just drink
it
the
out.
fucking water.
Just
Right?
drink the water.
Yeah.
And
Just
it
drink
will
water.
make you stronger.
That's the whole thing. It
Yeah.
will.
It
It's
will
like
make you
milk,
stronger.
dude.
Also, the
Yeah.
fluoride is good.
Yeah.
The fluoride is good, right?
Doesn't it lower your IQ a little bit? Whatever. I
You
got
know what?
fucking.
I would like to be a little less smart.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would like to be a little dumber.
Yeah, exactly. I understand. Some people don't have the points to shave off, but it's like, come on, man.
I want to keep my teeth.
I don't.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I don't brush.
You don't brush?
Interesting.
No, I'm playing.
Do you-
I can't
You know,
go
I
around
have a
that.
friend who has never brushed, only flosses, and he thinks.
Sorry,
Teeth are good.
what?
Yeah, and he says that it is the big toothbrush corporations
Interesting.
that have created that false narrative.
But they sell floss too.
Well, that's interesting.
The floss companies.
They're more like they're like
They're
cooperatives.
grassroots,
that are- yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're
Who is
collectively
this?
owned.
Oh, can't say his name. We got to check out his teeth though. Next time.
Yeah.
We gotta get.
Hey, well, obviously, what are his chompers like?
Beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the thing is, it does take all kinds. You know what I'm saying?
When I was a
Yeah.
kid, my grandfather used to always say, "Take care of your gums. Your teeth will take care of themselves." And he really instilled that in me.
That might be true.
I think that's absolutely true.
Do you guys all floss a lot?
I floss every day.
Wow.
I used to not, and the dentist shaming me worked.
Right.
And they say you're doing a good job now, which really makes me feel good.
Wow.
I've never heard that from a dentist.
that
you're
you're
doing a
flossing
good
right.
job.
Yeah, totally.
Never.
I'll be
Ever.
honest, nothing I do to my body or with my body affects the outcomes I have health-wise. Like I didn't brush my teeth consistently for many years, 0 cavities.
Wow.
Then I did brush my teeth consistently 2 or 3 times a day for many years, cavity. It's like nothing makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you
highly
mean.
genetic.
Yeah.
Yes,
I have my health-wise, my teeth have been pretty good, no matter what I do. But I floss probably every other day, I would say, because I like to spit blood in the sink and then pretend that I just got in a badass boxing match. And I'm like staring in the mirror and I'm like, you gotta go back out there. I hear the pounding of the crowd. And then I just go out there and I confront my neighbor who left condoms in the trash can. Play this one next.
Okay. I once had a roommate who would throw used condoms into the kitchen trash can. And this wasn't some like college trap house situation. We were both in our 30s and we would have friends and family come over all the time.
I guess that's inconsiderate, but it depends on the layout. If the bedroom is right next to the kitchen.
Right. Well,
you think, so the bathroom is the logical trash?
No, dude, you have a trash in your room.
Well, that's something I want to talk about. Trash cans in your room. Do you have a trash can inside of your bedroom?
No.
Yes.
Right now? No. I
If
live with my girlfriend. If you're with a roommate.
If you're with a roommate, do you have a trash can in your room?
I think a little
guess
one.
so.
You guys aren't. Am I the only person in here with a trash can in my fucking room?
Why the fuck do you have a trash can in your room?
Because I don't want to walk to the kitchen every time I have to throw something away that's in my room.
What stuff do you throw away in the trash can in your room?
Trying to think. Mostly envelopes for junk mail.
Right. That's good.
I'll throw those on the bed, and then later when I'm going to bed, I'm like, oh, I have junk mail on the bed. I'll go through it. Jewel pods.
Oh yeah, that's like the spittoon or what? That's like you can have a copper. Yeah,
exactly
for sure. No, definitely. Those things are like roaches.
I mean, I don't empty it very often, and I don't put food waste in it. But like empty melatonin once every 6 months. I'll have a little empty bottle of melatonin. I'll have to toss in there. But various things like
it seems dry. Your trash cans. Do you put a bag in there?
Of course, I put it back.
Yeah, but it's dry stuff.
It's dry.
It's
dry goods.
No, that makes sense.
But if
I think used condoms belong in the bathroom trash.
That's also public area trash.
That's true.
So here's what you do. I mean, listen. Again, I haven't lived with a lot of roommates. I haven't used a condom in about 15 years. To be completely honest with you guys, 20 years maybe. But you just fucking toss that shit on the ceiling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Bedroom window.
You just put
out the window.
Out the window,
Your ceiling is just kind of like a cave.
Exactly. It looks like fly strips.
Yeah. And they probably would act great as a fly strip.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Unless maybe what you do is you wrap it in something else.
Exactly. You wrap it in something else.
It's a visual thing.
You do wrap it in something else. Because you don't want. If this guy's parents are coming over, dude, you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
I don't want fucking grandma to be throwing away her apple core and to see your little fucking Trojan full of jism. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
She might eat that.
Exactly.
And we don't want her choking.
Yeah, we don't want her choking on that.
No, that. Yeah.
Let's do this one. Let's do piss glasses.
Hey, TrueAnon. First time, long time. I have a bit of a roommate beef situation that I think might be of interest to you. So I live with 3 roommates, and we all share the same cups and glasses in the kitchen area, as you do. And we recently discovered that our one roommate has been using these communal glasses to store his piss at night. He's got to have like a bladder infection. He apparently has to pee like 3 or 4 times a night and got sick of walking to the bathroom. So he just decided to take cups and pee in them. And mind you, his room is the closest bedroom to the bathroom. Like he shares a wall with it. And obviously I find this out. I confirm about it. I'm like, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you? Like never do that again. And he's not even embarrassed. He doesn't even comprehend why I would be upset that's gross. He's like, well, no, dude, I like pour them out in the toilet and then I just put them in the dishwasher when I'm done. And I say to him, I'm like, I don't want to ever drink. I don't want to drink out of a glass you've ever peed in. Like that's not the point. And then he's like, well, and then he gets all mad and defensive and he's like, well, you haven't gotten sick from it, have you? Like, and he just doesn't, like, if I was pissing glasses, I feel like I would be embarrassed if people found that out. But he doesn't even, it makes me feel crazy. Our other roommate convinced him to just get his own glasses that are his, like, designated piss glasses that he pees in. And I guess that's like a compromise, but I personally would rather live in a house that's 100% piss cup free. I don't know if that's too much to ask. Let me know your thoughts on this situation.
Wide range of emotion.
I love at the end.
call.
He's like, I feel crazy, and then he's like, I don't know, maybe he sort of is starting to feel crazy.
Yeah.
Like maybe
kind of watched a spiral.
Brother, you are right.
Yeah, you are right.
You're 100% in the right.
But what a nice compromise. That has such a good resolution.
It does.
Are you guys? So there's. I have never been like this. When I wake in the middle of the night and I have to go to the bathroom, almost every single time I've had to do this throughout my life, barring certain chemically altered situations, I have made it to that bathroom and I have gone in that toilet in the most effective way I can.
Right.
However, I've lived with people who have things like and I don't think he's listening to the show, but one of my best friends, he had a drawer of Gatorade bottles that was full of his urine that he would empty out once a week. You know him too. Okay. And I thought that was rather odd, considering we had maybe a 500 square foot apartment, so the bathroom wasn't very far from anybody. But is this something that you guys have encountered?
I've done it before. I'll totally admit it.
How is that easier, man?
Well, I think really, I think I'm trying to go back because this was
let's go back in
freshman
time.
year of college, high school. I think, honestly, I did it as like a joke or like to shock people. I think, like it's a funny gag. It's like, yeah, it's
pretty
my piss,
funny.
haha. Yeah, now it's not funny, all right? It's fucked up, guys. But, no, it's gross. I mean, this is what I wonder about this guy that bought the new cups. I think the thing is like having open piss.
That's
insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Open. But if this guy, I don't know why this guy is doing it, but at least get a jar, right? Or a bottle. I don't know. I think
a
just
lidded container.
Yeah, use the bathroom.
Yeah,
right.
I've heard of this scenario when a roommate is too chatty and too friendly, and they don't even want to leave their room when the other roommate is home because they don't want to get stuck in a conversation and they're too scared to say, please stop talking. So they just piss in a jar.
Yeah.
And then dump it to avoid engaging.
I would, 100%.
Yeah.
Because also if you do it and no one finds out, who cares? It's like a tree falls in the forest. You know what I mean? Just put it in a bag, bring it outside. But I don't know. That's pretty crazy. That person needs to move.
To your point, Dylan, I will say that roommates can be jailers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can live with the screws and the warden and some motherfucker out there he's making something. She's always in the living room or whatever. Oh, hey, blah, blah. It is, I guarantee it is 1,000 million times worse than being at Pelican Bay or at any of the San Quentin, any of these motherfuckers. It is difficult. You can be imprisoned in your room by a roommate who's too talkative.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
That's the worst. I mean, it might be worse than... It's like you just don't even want almost any relationship maybe with your roommate than one that just always wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about that with neighbor stuff too.
Yeah.
Like a neighbor who's extremely friendly can be very problematic for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. I mean, look at I guess by the time this comes out, there'll be another episode. But the last episode with the racial beef, that's sometimes if you're too good of friends, because it's not, you know what I'm saying, there can be problems. There can be problems. Look what Seinfeld.
Right. That's a really good example.
Kramer.
Yeah.
You know?
What a nightmare.
I mean, speaking of racial problems,
coming full,
he never really came back from that.
I did in San Francisco. The guy who lived above me was just like, at first I was like, this is nice. He's very, very friendly. And then it was he'd be like inviting me up for drinks. And then like, you know, in San Francisco, you get a little minor earthquake, a little tremor. And he'd always text me like, did you feel that? And I would just not respond.
Pause, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it was clear, like there was a flirtation to it. And he knew, you know, and all good, but he knew that I was straight.
It was a gay man roommate inviting you up for drinking?
Not a room. He lived above me.
Neighbor, I mean,
Yes. And he had a boyfriend. And I had a girlfriend.
That don't matter.
And he would still, and it was just like, I wanted to have neighborly relationship.
After
and,
2 fat tires, that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
Damn. I knew about that, but I didn't realize that there was a
that was in the place where we first recorded the podcast.
This show.
Did you ever just stop responding?
Yeah, I mean, usually, but like, I would see him and I would just try to be like,
I know.
I just want to have a limited engagement.
Limited.
I know. It's like, what's
really
the
tough.
minimal amount you can get by with, you know?
Because you don't want to make them angry by not engaging.
But it's nice to know your neighbors. But there's a contained space for that relationship.
Yeah, totally.
Well, speaking of, can you go to neighbor trying to hit?
Hi. So I had a tip about a neighbor that I used to live on my floor. And so I was friendly with him in the laundry room, him and his son, and he was married. So he had a wife, and I would see them together, like the three of them in the elevator a lot. So I'm like, oh, Family Guy. And we had like harmless conversation in the laundry room once. And then I left my clothes down in the dryer for like maybe 5 more minutes than it should have been down there. And he folded everything, put it in a bag, and then hung it on my doorknob. And I was living with my mom at the time. So I thought it was maybe a little bit like platonic, right? He put a note in it, got your laundry for you. Like, it's kind of a little creepy though. And then 2 days later, he had searched my name up, I think, from looking at a package that I received down in the mailroom, because there's no other way he could have gotten my name or any of my information whatsoever. Found me on Twitter and DM'd me at 12 a.m. Hey, how are you? And I knew it was him because he had his photo and I knew his first name. So creepy. I have no idea how he got any of my information. That's why I think he like looked at all the packages to try and figure out like what my name was. So then I put like an evil eye above my bed at night and like prayed that he would go away or that the drama would end and I would stop getting attention from him. And then literally, I want to say 2 weeks later, and this is all during COVID, his job moved him to Israel. So he's long gone now, thank God. Anyway, I just thought I would share. I'm sure a lot of women have like weirdo hallmate stories like this, but yeah, I'm glad it's over. Bye. Love you guys.
And sadly, he perished at the Nova Festival.
He did perish at the Nova Festival. We cannot be accepting him folding your laundry.
That was such a transgression.
Yeah.
Major red flag.
Such a transgression.
Because your underwear was in there. The underwear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the note, because it's like, I'm like, when I heard that call, I was like, could you imagine if you're that guy's wife and you're like, you walk down a laundry room, you've been taking a long time down here, and he's just folding up some panties. A tank top.
Oh, I was just helping out one of the neighbors.
One of our neighbors. I don't even know her first and last name. And then the midnight hey.
The midnight hey.
The midnight hey.
So horny. That guy, dude.
While his family's all asleep, quietly sleeping.
This was
He's
sort of the most
Twitter.
succinctly told, but there was a number of my neighbors trying to hit responses from women. And I got to tell you, you must kill him.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
you must
that
just
should
be
be
like,
illegal.
Yeah, it is. It should really be illegal.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
Damn. I'm sorry to everyone out there that deals with that shit. But you know what? Evil Eye worked.
Evil Eye worked.
That's one good takeaway.
God is real. That was a real plus from that, or whatever the Evil Eye is.
I love that he moved to Israel.
This is this is actually an email that we got. Hey Brace, my last roommate situation was 4 of us living in a house together, and one of the roommates was a 40-year-old unemployed woman who would spend her entire day filming X-rated content in her room and in our shared bathroom. I would come home for lunch during the workday and hear her spanking herself with a paddle. I eventually found out that she would film videos of her pissing herself in our shared bathroom and would not clean up the mess afterwards. It was months on end of hearing her spanking herself and having a biohazard for a bathroom before I found out why she was doing this. Apparently, she was in a diaper-based polyamorous relationship, and the only man in the relationship was mad that she had drunken a beer, so he ordered she spend all day every day punishing herself and posting the videos on some niche content site.
Wow.
So it's like a dominant, submissive, diaper-based polyamorous. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that was punishment. She
Yeah.
did all that for punishment. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is what I don't understand about that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was like, Brace, you have to be punished, I would
Right.
say, no. No. It's not, if I drunken a beer and the alpha in my poly relationship was like, now you're punished by peeing yourself, like, no, I don't think so.
I drank a beer.
I don't think it's legal. You in what army?
You're punished. No.
I'm really surprised. So this is something I want to talk to you about at the show. A lot of the neighbors that you interview so far in the episodes that have come out have been very, let's say, right-wing coded at least, if not explicitly, or maybe on the further fringe ends, but right-wing tinged. I'm a little surprised that there hasn't been the other side of America, because I will say the blue-haired sort of polyamorous lifestyle person, I think it's very, very associated with the Ridgewoods or the Bushweeks or the Echo Parks of the world. But this exists in great numbers in the small towns and mid-sized cities of middle America. And I'm a little surprised that none of them came on the show.
What's interesting is there actually are I don't know if it's exactly half, but there's a good chunk of our neighbors who would identify as liberal. But I think what happens is when you're dealing with, it's a classic NIMBY situation where the second you get into property rights, everyone becomes right-wing. And so because that's what we're focusing on, I think everyone and the way that they talk and act end up coming across a little bit more conservative. I saw this growing up in Marin for sure. Like this liberal bastion would do everything they could to deny public housing efforts. So it's like really someone's true values are on like full display when you're dealing with your home and your property. And so, but I think maybe aesthetically or just visually they don't present maybe as more like liberally, culturally that way. So, but yeah, right? No,
100%, 100%. I would say like half identify as like, conservative politically, and yeah, totally. I also think, that will be, hopefully if we get to do a season 2, it'd be cool to get some people that are like very clearly liberal. The next episode, there's someone on there that is very liberal.
Yeah.
So we sort of,
I think Europe could be fertile ground for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because those people are
very
crazy.
Totally.
Yeah, where's the I don't know. I am curious how, other countries deal with these kinds of things, is America truly like fucking crazy, or like if we did the same show somewhere else, like would it, I don't know.
I think you actually could, throughout Europe at least, I feel like this exists in Europe.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like it probably exists everywhere to an extent, but in places, I think that this is something that requires a expansive middle class.
Yeah.
And that's something that America really has in spades.
So
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
a really good point.
Exactly, because you're not going to be like, this guy in the favela put his tire, and like it's like these are people who are like, this is my, it's like that Kink song. What is it? Shangri-La. You know what I mean? This is my Shangri-La. This is my little area. And I think that you need a middle class for that. Because the very rich are also they are involved in arcane property disputes and stuff, but like that's like West Marin, where like we're building a helipad and our neighbors don't like it.
Totally. Which oftentimes just gets like litigated through lawyers, and their neighbors never even like touch the lawsuit.
No one even shows a gun to anyone.
How fun is that?
God,
come on.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's do Portland polyamorous neighbors.
I love you guys. So I have a complaint about neighbors, and I live in Portland, Oregon. I hate to talk shit about Portland, Oregon, because it's the fucking right wingers are giving us so much shit, and this is a good city. But some of the people in this city are fucking whack. And my neighbors are both fucking polyamorous. One of them thinks she's a witch. She literally runs around during manic episodes outside back and forth wearing a fucking felt witch hat, okay? This bitch goes to witch circles. She's kind of fucking crazy. She scares me. And the other one is a fucking psychic. Used to work as a psychic. And she's poly, and she's fucking communicating with all of her partners, and all this shit. And I just think it's fucking nuts, okay? Why would you want to talk to that many people all the fucking time? I can't even deal with one person emotionally. I can't even deal with myself emotionally, okay? This poly shit is fucking weird. Just fuck a bunch of people. But the poly shit, come on. Both these bitches, poly, it's like, I'm not conservative whatsoever. I'm left as fuck. But this is what I'm working with as people that I have to relate to and be around. They think they're fucking witches and psychics. I can't tell you how many people in this town have told me, women over the age of 40 have literally said, I'm a witch. Okay? It's like, I know that reality is really difficult to comprehend and deal with right now. And I get it. I get it. But you're not a witch. We all feel vibes, okay? What I want is advice of how to be my leftist self and deal with all these fucking whack-ass bitches that think they're fucking special witches out there. Oh, and on top of this, my landlord is an ex-oil tycoon. This bitch lives in a fucking mansion, and now she's had some sort of come to Jesus moment where she's spiritual, and she gets messages from the spirit world, and they're magical. And she'll, like, come over. I mean, this bitch, I've lived here 17 years. This bitch abuses her kid. She's like a psycho. But all of a sudden now, she's like, she got a sign the other day that the dryer wasn't really broken. And you know what?
I think she hit the time limit there. Oh.
Listen, whatever follow-up you might have left, we can't include it because I can't find it in there, but I got to tell you right now, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, totally. Put on the witch hat.
You get in the polycule.
Right.
This is what I meant earlier when I told you I'm pretty sure that like 80% of Americans have like advanced deep schizophrenia of a new type.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think of how many people connected to this like random lady calling into TrueAnon right now who in her immediate vicinity are speaking to spirits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Dude, totally. I know it's crazy with our show, literally, like,
yeah,
it was not, we weren't trying to find people like that. We really weren't. Like, there are just like, America truly is kind of like an it's an a la carte buffet of spirituality, religion. Like, people just can create their own God. It's insane.
Yeah, and I also think that the polycule thing, it's like, I feel like a lot of it is some TikTok brain where it's like, oh, if I am horny and want to have sex with lots of different people, it must mean that I'm polyamorous. Like, they can't just like not have some sort of label or identity attached to their desires for a second. It's like, okay, this is something that, I need to have an identity attached to.
Right.
And I think that like it does, like, so much of the stuff that our neighbors believe in also helps in identity formation for them, and like gives them it gives them a worldview, it gives them beliefs, but sometimes they're just like totally contradictory. But it makes sense for them, and from the outside you're like, well, that none of those things connect at all, but for them it's like, well, this is what makes up who I think I am,
right?
And it's
I mean, I think that the polyamory thing, listen, we have no opinion on polyamory in this show.
The commenters are going to be
the commenters
with that caller.
at this point, commenters, we are poly. We are a polyamorous podcast.
Right.
But I mean, there are 3 of us. But my view is like, we all want some meaning, right?
Yeah.
But I think also some people really want some rules. And from what I understand, from what I have observed from polyamory, is that there's a lot of rules and a lot of processing. And I think in a society that is so alienating and so fucked up and weird, some people just get addicted to processing. I hate processing. Like when someone's like, after 2 weeks after you break up, hey, can we meet up again and like talk for a while? No. Nothing to be said.
Right.
Cool. 6 hours of the worst conversation of either of our lives where nothing gets figured out, nothing gets solved, and we both go away feeling bad. Maybe we'll have sex for 10 seconds and want to kill ourselves afterwards. Wonderful. But imagine, some people are like, what if I did that but a whole relationship? And so like with poly is, I think you get into this difficult terrain of these natural feelings of jealousy or whatever emerge.
Totally.
And then you're just addicted to dealing with those over and over and over and over again. Because the reality is, if you just want to get a little something here and there, you can do that. That's legal. You don't need to be doing a whole thing about that. But then also some people are addicted to texting too. That's another thing.
Addicted to texting?
Text messaging.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
You're addicted to getting texts and not responding
What
to
are we
them.
at? What are we at right now? We are at
Grace is addicted to
1,019
giving people
unread
his-
text messages.
His phone number and then complaining about it.
860 unread signal messages. You guys like that?
I have 0 unread.
Well,
it's hard to respond to.
It's hard to respond.
Sometimes it's a weird like wait sometimes of like looking at text and being like, I'm going to get back to, I don't know.
Yeah, is it presumptuous to send a text and expect a response?
I actually think it is. I actually think it is. Because the reality is like, I'm not ready to talk.
But my problem is some people will text me and then I'll respond and then it's like they texted me and then threw the phone in the freezer. And it's like, you reached out to me.
Are you talking about me?
Not necessarily, but I've known other people do that. And it's like,
I don't do this to you.
People, they're like, what happened? And then I'll tell them what happened and then there's no reply. It's like, why did you ask me what happened?
It's almost like they got what they want. They're like, got what they wanted. Now they're like,
It's just a little hit.
Yeah.
Just like regular sex. But my view on this is like, listen, some days I just don't want to look at El Phonarino. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to keep that shit in the pocket, in the drawer, whatever. I don't want to be looking at it. And I certainly don't want to have to stay looking at it while I have a endless text conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? Some days I'm in transit. And then I get home and I don't want to get text then because now I'm at home and I got to fucking do my shit there. And it's like... And so and they accumulate. But I've gotten, let's see how many people have texted me so far today. Not to brag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different people today. I can't have 10 conversations at once.
That feels good though.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
It's kind of like keeping the ember alive. You're like, kinda,
You are polyamorous, but just for texting.
Just for texting.
right.
I have probably the text volume of a polyamorous person. But here's the reality is I don't like texting. I am bad at it. I am open with that to everyone I know. I'm not bad at it. I'm good at it because I'm good at not doing it, which is what I want to do out of texting. I also don't like talking on the phone.
Oh yeah.
But you also get a lot of phone calls.
I get a lot of phone calls.
And you answer them.
Yeah, I do.
Crazy to think about being in a polyamorous relationship and also being like just having a busy life outside of that.
Yeah.
Like how do people do you think
It's
there's
like a
people that are like
part-time
run
job.
companies?
All
and,
you do is that.
Yeah.
All you do is
for
poly.
sure.
Yeah.
And obviously witch stuff too.
Right.
Yeah, I think with her, she should become a witch, right?
Right.
I mean, I got to tell you, lady, you're asking for advice, and my advice is it's difficult because I would never be in your situation.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a haughty way or a catty way, but I'm just saying the first witch moves into the neighborhood, I'm sorry, we're burning her. We're burning her. We're killing her. We're tying a rock to her. We're throwing into the Portland River. You live in Portland, and I think that it might be difficult to get away from this kind of environment while you live there.
Yeah.
I understand a lot of conservatives hate your city. However, sometimes other people also find your city strange too. But there's just a lot of witches there. You're in a witch-heavy environment, and so I would just say don't talk to these fucking people.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, I assume, but you probably do. But your landlord should not be telling you about visions.
Yeah. And then not fixing your appliances because of it.
Yeah, document that shit, actually.
Yeah, that you could get some money off of.
Yeah.
You could take them to court.
And maybe try to, like, if your landlord's actually having like a mental breakdown, try to exploit that to like get cheaper rent. To be like, God is talking to me too.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Sort of a clairvoyant battle.
Well, out of all the witches in Portland, one of them must be real, right?
That's a really good observation.
Thank you.
That's true.
I don't know. It's a numbers game.
Yeah,
you know?
if everyone's a witch, like, I don't know.
What is everyone looking for, man? I don't know. It's just like, I don't, because I've been dabbling in every religion, you know, but it's, these people like create these syncretic things that are like half assembled from like TikTok.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know, or what, a lot of it I think is from TikTok. People are spending amounts of time on TikTok. I joke about being on Instagram Reels. I do not watch short form video often. Except for sometimes.
Right.
But people, I think, are on TikTok in ways that I don't understand.
Yeah, I know. I think you're right. I think, totally.
People just want to believe they can have an effect on the world. And like outside of being a witch, you're supposed to like vote or like do good at your job.
Right.
And like none of that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to do psychic
spells,
shit. Yeah,
you
totally.
know? And it's, you know, it's like, God bless them. I'm not even being a hater here.
Yeah,
you know?
no, totally.
I'm afraid of witches, frankly, but it's
Totally.
just, God, come on, man. It's just, people really are crazy. And so, lady, I don't know what to tell you, but I support you. I want to talk about kink roommate real quick here.
All right, I'll keep it short. So I have a roommate who recently got a divorce, and I moved into like her spare room. And she's really cool. She's really great. Here's the thing. Pretty shortly after she got a divorce, she started seeing this guy who's like super into kink. And now I just live with this person who I deeply love and is great and is very, very fun, but fun to be around and just a good friend. But is now just the most annoying sex person of all time. Like sex is now her hobby. And you know, I'm tired of hearing about fucking Kinktasia and all these sex clubs she goes to. And her talking about her ass getting beat all the time. And I don't know, just let's pour one out for all the people who have to live or coexist with sex people, especially ones that they like and are friends with. So yeah, that's my thing. Bye.
Is he jealous?
That's the question, right?
Well, you know, it's too much. I don't need to know that about you.
No, but listen, he moved into the house. Doesn't sound like he's got a girlfriend. And she is having sex every which way till Sunday. New positions.
But it's not just the
toys. Is he maybe sitting here in his room playing fucking Switch 2 and thinking...
Maybe he needs to be a switch too.
But I'm like, why? The question is, I think we're all asking, why? What's going on with you having sex with her?
Right. They sound like they're like super close. Yeah, and maybe there was something.
I feel like they were meant to ultimately be together.
Yeah.
That does. I did get the feeling.
know?
Yeah, there was a couple of the way that he said certain things. It's like you guys are
Really
friends,
sweet
but
about
He
her.
feels close to her. Like
They
that's
feel
obviously
very
his friends.
close.
And I have like a number of
Yes.
female friends that
Yes.
even if they became insatiable sex addicts and I lived with them,
Yeah.
I would not have sex with them.
That's true.
Because I value our friendship, and I'm gay. But but like, and I understand that if he's like talking from that perspective. But on the other hand, like, it, you know, there's a piece of this puzzle we're not.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, it's also like I'm trying to think about it. Like it feels like the part of the problem is that because they're so close, she's telling him all about this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she's like it's her new hobby. She loves doing this kinky sex. Was he also hearing the sex, or is that not part of it? Is there anything?
He didn't mention it. No.
He didn't mention it, but how could you? Like, here's the
Yeah.
thing: it's having sex with roommates in the house.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's why you always go shh the whole
Right.
time. My roommate will hear us.
Right.
Which
but
is fun.
It's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, because it's like we're in the French Resistance. You know what I mean? But
I'm
it's
glad I don't have to, because I can't pee in the urinal with somebody nearby.
He can't.
There's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Oh, I want to get in.
I'll say this. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there, and I'm working through that.
It really depends on the design and the type of divider.
Yes,
and
the divider.
If there were
the
just
material.
some ambient music in the bathroom, would really help. But we've talked about this before. We don't need to get into it. But I think that would. I'm glad I don't have a roommate to have to deal with that.
Heavy flow, long dick. They can tell when I'm in that fucking urinal, that
No
is
shame,
that
baby.
is no shame. I'll turn around. I'll piss on the floor.
Yeah.
Butt to the fucking urinal right there. Show you what I'm working with. But yeah, it is tough. And hearing roommates have sex, there's a bit of titillation to it. It appears that Chester's making love this evening. I wonder who the lucky damsel is. But on the flip side, sometimes they're hitting it in a crazy way. I used to live in this building that was like, it had just shared a light well with this guy and this woman. Actually, I don't know who was in charge here, but they were fucking like beasts all the time. And sometimes it would just be, you'd wake up at 1 a.m. and you'd think you were having an auditory hallucination because you would hear this sort of, it sort of sounds like some demented child comfort himself. And you're like, what is going on? And I would look out the window and I would see them thrusting. I'm not kidding. I could see them perfectly. They always had a little red light on.
Really?
Like a bordello, yeah.
This across the way or next door?
It was on Haight Street in San Francisco, and it was like I lived in this disgraced podiatrist's house, and who spent all of our fucking rent money in Reno every weekend with the husband of the psychic who had a shop downstairs, who also robbed my girlfriend of her room, or excuse me, her coworker. Long story. The psychic ripped off somebody of a lot of money, and then they spent it all in Reno. But so I was just paying for this guy to gamble every fucking weekend. He was a disbarred podiatrist. So I should say disgraced and disbarred. He's no longer allowed to practice podiatry. But our house was like basically connected to our neighbor's house. Like there was like a centimeter between them. And so in our like little alley where we had the garbage, like I could just see into it. It's not a light well, but that's how it functioned because that's where my window was. And that's the only light we got. And so I would see down, I lived on the 3rd floor. I could see them in the 1st floor thrusting every night. Thrusting.
It is funny though. It does like if you hear people fucking like once or something, you're like, oh, people are having sex. That's kind of funny. But then over time, it is weird or something. Or it's like there's something weird about it does something to you, I think.
Because it's like you're a voyeur without wanting to be.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, totally.
So you're a little bit being molested.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So you should call the police if you ever hear your roommate having sex. I want to go to the most they-them message we ever got. And I mean no disrespect by that. That's
course.
just, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Is that a piece of gum right there? Is there some candy in the middle of that table?
You want some candy?
Can I?
That's a great thing to chew during a...
Yeah. Why don't you fill your mouth with
It's
something?
the really bad candy that Sweetwater sends you.
I like Sweetwater.
I love Sweetwater, but the candy is not good. Let's be real about that. Keep this in. Sweetwater, if you're listening, and the phone calls, we don't need to call me. He's the producer. But the candy that you send, we love that you send it and don't stop, but it's not good candy.
I like Josh from Sweetwater. He has a very kind voice. I like when he leaves me messages.
They replaced all those fools with AI. You know that, right?
I'll miss Josh. Okay.
Hi, TrueAnon, calling in for the hate episode. So I lived with 12 friends in a big apartment in college through the whole pandemic. We mostly stayed friends, but there's a couple of heinous stories from that period. First one, a couple who lived with us left their used dildos underneath the living room couch. I think another couple in the apartment left a used condom on the couch one time. Second, my roommate tried to intimidate one of our subletters by aggressively shaving the pills from our couch with a straight razor. And third, another subletter had a manic episode and stole everyone's money and Vyvanse and had to be picked up by her parents the next day. So, yeah, fun apartment full of hainosity.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like, it's so, I don't know, maybe I mislabeled that. It's not the most they-them message we ever got. We've gotten much more they-them ones. But I have a question. Did you guys went to college?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Did you live in dorms?
Yes.
For a part of it, yeah.
Yes.
I would live in a fraternity house.
Wow.
You would or you did?
I did, yeah. I was in a dorm for like a month, and then I joined the fraternity.
Wow.
I guess it never. You were in a fraternity?
Yeah, it doesn't come
Of
up
what?
often. What fraternity?
No, a fraternity of what?
Of men.
I mean, we're just going to have to hit that with the pause, my brother. I don't know what else to say to you. You purposely lived with a bunch of men?
It's like I got to college. First of all, my dorm was all men.
Huh.
And then it was like, I didn't know what fraternities were, but like these guys were like, you want to smoke weed? And I said, yeah. And then I was like, these guys are cool. And they said, do you want to join us and move in? And I was like, yeah.
Did they hurt you?
No.
No hazing?
No, it was very chill. I mean, you had to like smoke a huge bong. That was
That's the beginning of.
Was it fun? I mean, it might have been funner living in a frat than in a dorm.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I think it probably was.
Yeah,
I had a good time in college.
Yeah, sounds like you did. The way you're talking about it,
It didn't like change my life. You know, I don't really keep in touch with those people, but it was fine.
What
I went to
about-
a very nerdy. It was like super nerdy. So
Nerdy college?
Where'd you go?
Carnegie Mellon.
Carnegie. Oh, cool, dude. I feel like that's a cool. The frats there are probably cool. It's like you want to rip bong and go on the computer.
It was not the Jewish fraternity, to be clear. I thought those guys were losers.
Oh. Yours was Greek, though?
I mean, in the sense that
Were
they're
there
all Greek.
sororities?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did they come over?
Not really.
What?
I feel like it
What
was a
the
very
point?
non-sex having. I mean, some people, you know.
You gotta understand, my version of college in my head is from old school.
Yeah.
Porky's.
Wow.
What's the other movie where they're in college? You know what I'm talking about, the famous one?
Animal House.
Animal House,
Animal
obviously.
House, that's fun.
And that's basically it.
Right.
And so I think college, I'm like, it's awesome. It's just so
American party.
You're
college.
just partying.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, oh, school, fuck you. You know, like, could you do a fucking keg stand? And so I don't, because they didn't ever let me in. One time I went to Santa Barbara to play a show when I was a teenager, and there was during the night that school opened or whatever. So there's all these parties on Isla Vista, which is obviously they have their own STD that comes from there, which we all know about. But and I was like, wow, college. And we were walking around, and we went to a frat party, and then out the window we just see these frat guys. No, we steal beer. And then these frat guys think another guy who's like randomly there stole the beer, and they beat him with rocks. And we were like, dude,
You
college
watched that?
yeah, we didn't.
crazy.
No, it was fucked up. We didn't say anything.
What was your feeling when you were watching? I mean, that's a crazy.
I went, oh no, oh no, no. But then what do you do? Because there's no like, I'm like 16.
What do you do? Go up to him? Hey, it's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. You guys are beating with rocks like fucking savage animals. No. Oh, you meant to be beating me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Stone me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get me. And I saw a naked lady or guy. No, it was a lady outside. I just can remember it was someone naked pounding on the outside of her apartment door while her roommates were like looking out the window, making fun of her. They locked her out.
Oh.
Was this like college for you guys?
I went to art school, so it was super fun.
Septum piercings and stuff?
Oh, lots of those. Stick and poke tattoos.
Some suicides.
Some
presumably.
suicides. I'm trying to think.
I was just
Some
sitting in my
suicides.
dome, just sitting and reading and feeling guilty.
You were.
Yeah,
Where'd
that's
you
just,
go?
That's just liberal arts college. Just sitting around feeling so guilty.
For what?
Just being alive.
White. For
Say
being
it.
white.
Just say
You
it.
can say it.
Say it. Fine, white.
Wow.
White.
Dude,
No,
so
there's
college sucks or it's good?
I had a great time. I loved college.
I had medium.
You didn't like it.
Medium
You didn't
time.
like
I had
it.
You went to
medium
liberal
time.
arts school.
I went to liberal arts
Yeah.
school.
What'd you major in?
I majored in sculpture.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot. What did you major in?
Sculpture.
You're a fucking idiot too. What did you major in?
I was creative writing and music.
All right, you're
composition.
fucking stupid too. What is wrong with you guys?
It was
You went
fun.
to college to
It was
have
fun. We
fun
got to
and
play
be
with
like,
clay,
I'm
dude.
gonna be Bach here. What do you guys think? You go to college to learn how to be Gordon Gekko. Wharton
Yeah.
School of Business.
Yeah,
But everybody
you're so
around me was
right.
like electrical engineering and like having a nervous breakdown, and I was having a good time. And then I got to become a software engineer anyway, so those guys were fucking dumb.
You guys were just like, sculpture.
Yeah, I was like sculpture because they were
Sculpture.
like, you could do whatever you want in this major, and everyone was kind of
yeah.
like, which was kind of cool. And then I was like, oh, I want to make movies and videos, and then that,
Yeah.
took over.
Off you went.
Sculptures, Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Would you guys
Yeah.
ever make a sculpture?
Oh, yeah.
Not since then.
What's your most badass sculpture you made? Achilles? No? No Greeks? None of the Greeks?
No.
What'd you make a sculpture of?
I made a I made
You
big
did carve.
sculpture. I carved.
You carved.
Out of styrofoam. I made giant.
Oh, the sound!
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
With a long knife.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
the
so
sound though, you're
satisfying.
right.
Those are known as swords.
Huh? No.
So you did like a
No,
cause style.
Yeah, they were kind of cause style vibes. Yeah,
They were
like kind of fucked up cause style styrofoam. I like them, you know. I like
What did you make?
I made I did like I got into like prosthetics, like medical prosthetics.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I would make like little, it was just some like conceptual art bullshit. But it was like I made like a mask that like I think I read an article that like if you smile all the time it gives you more endorphins. So I made a mask of like a thing of my face, and then I basically kept my mouth smiling for like 24 hours a day and shit like that. I just did stuff like that,
was
you know,
awesome.
just like
I've
weird
seen
shit
it.
like that.
It's cool. I
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
sculpture.
yeah. That
I
was
have
a fun
vampire
sculpture.
fangs.
You do?
Not real ones. But no, they're real in that. But I got to make, they're prosthetic.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. They're
You
not-
can
so
put them
sick.
in.
Yeah, I can put them in. They're custom, dude.
And they
Damn.
look real.
They look real. You know Izzy?
Yeah.
Izzy made them.
Izzy
Wow.
Galindo.
Izzy Galindo.
Let's
the
shout
goat.
out Izzy.
The goat.
Izzy
Shout out
Galindo.
Izzy Galindo.
Dude, Izzy.
That's
Izzy,
so
if you're
cool.
listening,
You got his, have you been to the Izzy basement?
I have.
The basement's awesome.
Dude, that is like
His kitchen.
it's so cool. It's like
so
the
cool.
all that like behind the scenes like, you know, prosthetic stuff is amazing. And then you meet him, you go there, it's like you're on a Hollywood set or
Yeah,
something.
it's awesome.
insane.
So cool.
Wow, he made those for you?
He made them for me.
Do they just cap over your tooth?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, I
that's so
want
cool.
those.
So, no, it's a whole mouth.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I think. Yeah, no, it's whole mouth. It's really hard to. Oh, sorry, it's my doorbell. It's really hard to talk.
It's your security system.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's at the crib? Dude, I do have a
This
camera.
is why you do
You
need
do
a
have
camera.
a camera.
Yeah, but it's like a doorbell camera. It's not my doorbell.
Sure.
Okay, last one. Hey, TrueAnon. So I went to college in Western Massachusetts. In my sophomore year, I ended up in this house off campus with these two dudes who were kind of what we used to call hotep. Great guys, just lots of things like onks and eyes of Horus and fractal art around the house. We lived in an old schoolhouse on a farm with an unfinished basement. One day, my roommate was like, hey man, we're going to have a buddy squat in our basement. He just got out of prison and needs a place to stay while he figures shit out. The dude who moved in was like this 5'5" Jack Trinidadian dude who slept on the floor and ate biryani all the time. Here's the good part though. He turned the basement into a Japanese bondage dungeon and would practice kinbaku on a rotating gallery of female subjects who'd file in nightly for hours of ritualized BDSM. Kinbaku, I'm looking it up. Ooh, often referred in the West as shibari, Japanese rope bondage. Bondage. Okay, I was only 19, so the idea of falling asleep while an ex-con... All right, you're being a pussy. Was binding women in the basement and performing extreme sexual acts while they screamed in agony and pleasure was not exactly something I would have signed up for. My favorite memory of this experience was going down to the basement and seeing the literal spider's web he'd created to suspend these women off the ground. The room had no heat, one bare bulb, and was as dank as filthy as something out of Hellraiser. Great film. I'll leave you with this. The only time I remember him screaming was when he'd have his female bodybuilder come over and they'd swap roles. She was his dom, and so now I had to go to sleep with him screaming his head off.
Wow.
That sounds pretty cool and interesting.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you.
Super interesting.
Sounds like a really good experience
Yeah,
when you're
that sounds
19.
awesome.
Never after in your life that becomes less of a good experience the older you
It's
get.
true.
Yeah.
It's
But when
true.
you're 19, here's the deal. If you're listening to this podcast and you're like 19, you can take anything.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're a sponge.
For sure.
It is fucking fine.
You're gonna be okay.
Just
And you should.
Yeah.
And you actually, I genuinely
Yes.
think
Yeah.
you should. Put yourself in as many bad situations as possible. Because you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You know?
Totally. I mean, he should try that shit. He
Yeah.
should learn how to do some shibari.
I know. I'm like,
It's very technical.
It seems
very
insane.
technical.
yeah. It is crazy to go to prison and then be like, no, I'm the jailer. You know?
That makes
Right?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I guess
interesting.
it does make sense, but I'm like, to women? There wasn't any in there.
Right.
They didn't do that to you.
Right.
I just don't understand. So many people are into, actually, sorry, last one, then we're done.
No, do a couple more.
Solo poly roommates.
Okay.
Hey, first time, long time, whatever. Since you guys are on the polyamory beat, I want to tell you guys about how I became polyphobic. I had a housemate who was, I guess, solo poly, like they didn't have a partner, but they were dating a lot. And they also had like a ton of dietary restrictions, like they were vegan and also like a whole bunch of other stuff, which is fine. And I understand it, and I don't want anyone to have a tummy ache, whatever, but that meant that they couldn't ever go on a date at a restaurant, I guess. So a first date with them was a home-cooked, dietary restriction-friendly meal at our house. And they started picking up like a ton of first dates. And I think at the peak, it felt like there were like 3 or 5 home-cooked first dates a week, and a revolving door of strangers from Lex or Hinge or Tinder, whatever. And I had COVID, and at one point I was like hacking up along, and I had to tell them, hey, I'm hacking up along, and I have to walk through the dining room to go to the bathroom. Can we maybe pause on the dates or like go somewhere else to have a date? And anyway, I'm not good at conflict, and the ultimate resolution was that I moved out, and I swore I would never have a housemate ever again. And now I just think that poly people throw away every social norm because of relationship anarchy. But that's my beef. Love you. Bye.
Wow. Poly solo.
So I introduced these two gentlemen to solo polyamory, which they had never heard of, despite being in the corporate world of media, where I presume you had trainings about this kind of stuff. So, solo poly, for those who don't know, is a type of polyamorous configuration. Solo poly people tend to see themselves as their own primary. They usually have multiple separate or intertwined polyamorous dynamics. They are committed to their polyamorous relationships, and they don't depend on the relationship escalator to express their commitment. Some jargon there I'm not entirely familiar with, but I'm learning. So, what are you doing in this situation?
Well, I think it's good to, it's weird to like break it down like that, but you should have a great relationship with yourself, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
that should be a given. Like you should be your primary, right? Like I don't know, but
I thought it was like a schizophrenic thing. Like you had multiple versions of yourself that you were dating and getting yourself off with.
That's good.
I will be honest that without looking into it at all, just a witchy guess from me that this probably co-occurs with DID quite often, dissociative identity disorder, which I am a lay expert on.
Because you've gotten laid by a lot of those people.
Yes. But I'm like, but if my neighbor was cooking a fucking vegan meal 5 times a week here's the reality with vegans, and we love them. We love them. They do fart like a motherfucker.
Right.
And so think of it from our caller's perspective. She's out there. She's got COVID. Actually, she can't smell, so this does dock a point from her.
Right.
She's out there, and so there's just somebody who's solo poly cooking up a fucking, I don't know what, Brussels sprouts and, beans and veggie tofu pups 3 times 5 times a week. And she's just out there with some fucking, sleeve tattoo, the t-shirt that's a large, but he's an XL. That t-shirt's got like some bullshit on it. I don't even know what. And he's got his little fucking little canvas shoes. It's just and he's just got his fucking big ass septum piercing. They're just out there farting and chomping, farting and chomping as he slowly grows more tumescent. She gets her shit, whatever happens to them, and then they go and they make some farting love in the other room, and you're just like, dude, I wish I was dead. That's what's happening, right?
Right.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
You paint a vivid picture, and now I'm beginning to really understand.
5 times a week.
5 times a week is a lot to bring a new guy in.
That's a lot. That's a lot of strangers coming through.
Well, what do you think about this? Because
I mean, I think also just that aside, you're also creating a crazy mess in the kitchen 5 times a week too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you know that those dishes aren't getting done.
Because they're fucking.
Right. Because then they're
Yeah.
immediately.
That's a great point.
So I
They're
think
soaping
just,
and soaking.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Yeah.
go to the room.
I mean, maybe
We're lucky
maybe
if they
soaping.
are.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just soaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, jeez. Yeah.
It's just, this is what I mean by roommates can be jailers.
Right.
But on the other hand, a problem one encounters living with other people is, first of all, yes, the person who has people over constantly for lovemaking sessions, or people have people over constantly for whatever reasons. But then also the boyfriend or girlfriend who is now living with you a little bit. And that is a tough
that is
road
a very
to
complicated
go down.
Yes.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. And they don't really know even fully yet until.
Yeah. Roommate situations are kind of nightmares. Maybe more than neighbor situations.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're just like,
I think they're more like worse in an acute way. Like
In
they
an
get
immediate way.
really bad quickly.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes neighbor disputes take maybe they can take years.
Right.
But this can happen in a day or an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're
In a second, everything changes.
yeah.
And then you're like, well, I guess I'll move out next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'll wait till
Yeah.
my lease is up in
You're like,
9 months.
Oh, cool. Like, I'll find
Jesus.
another room or whatever. And because that's the thing is, if you're in a beef with your neighbor, okay, you might not want to go outside because he's going to film you. But if you're in a beef with your roommate, you're stuck in your fucking room and you have to scurry to the kitchen. You have to scurry and you might stop making meals.
Oh, man.
You might stop taking bath.
You start
Yeah.
peeing in bottles.
Your 4-hour bath.
Yeah.
You start peeing in bottle. That's the thing is, it can be
Yeah.
very living with other people. Because so many people are crazy.
Right.
That's just my view.
Right.
So many people are crazy. And if you've lived in cities or roommate situations your whole life, you'll notice that, like, sometimes even people you don't think are crazy.
Yeah.
Totally.
Um,
It also has to do with your personality. Ultimately, are you kind of a little bitch and you don't want to make conflict, so you don't call it out, so you avoid it? Because sometimes maybe, it's easier to have a roommate if you're willing to fight with them more.
yes
So it doesn't
and no,
build-
I think.
Interesting.
Because I think for me, I love conflict sometimes, but then other times I hate it.
Right.
But for me, the risk is always, I don't love conflict, but I'm not averse to it. But the risk is always, is this person about to unleash a side of their personality that is so heinously insane that they will win by default if I push them? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, totally.
And so sometimes when someone's doing something really strange, that speaks to like a Lovecraftian depth of like unknown, unseen horrors that lurk within their soul.
Right.
That you being like, hey, could you not poo on the floor sometimes?
Right.
Might unlock. And so
Right.
that I think like we're all a little afraid of that.
Yeah.
What are you afraid that they might like do or say to you that might just like there's no coming back from? Like what?
I mean, throwing shit around.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Getting physical.
Getting physical,
Yeah.
like, screaming at you every time you see them.
Right.
Breaking your shit.
Yeah, breaking your stuff.
What's up, dude? I mean, I've seen some situations go down. I've had some situations go down where you're just like, what is going on, man?
It's good that that caller moved out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really the thing to do.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing with the roommate thing too. You can move
can
out.
ultimately
Maybe.
move out. Yeah.
Maybe.
Usually, maybe financial. I don't know. Yeah.
But
fuck.
unless you got a really good deal.
Yeah.
You know?
But then you
Yeah.
got to get them out, which is
Yeah.
always, I feel like when I talk to my friends who have roommates and they have a great house, they're like, fuck, like, how do I hold this shit
Exactly.
down?
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is interesting because maybe if we think about all these from that perspective, maybe some of these people that left where they got pushed out.
Yeah.
That was the point.
I mean, you have to think about that. There's also, this is something I've learned in my many years doing a show. There's two sides to every story.
That's a really good
There's
point,
two
Bruce.
sometimes there's more.
That's
you know?
interesting. Solo poly 3, 4, 5.
Solo poly situations, there could be infinite.
Infinite
potentially.
sides to that coin.
But I want to end on one
'Kay.
that combines a lot of what we're talking about, which is polycule with rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
I love this.
Hi, TrueAnon. Subscriber, long-time listener, loving this hate line. I live in Los Angeles. At one point, I was living with my ex and her polycule when I was desperate for housing. The ex would also mix up our names all the time. Needless to say, they were the messiest, dirtiest people, not being the queer polycule allegations. Anyway, they had pet rabbits. They kept in a cage outside and only fed them hay. And they would eat their own shit because they had no food. One time I confronted one of the Polycule members and said, if you can't take care of these rabbits, the best thing to do is give them up. And then I got screamed at, told I hate disabled people and what have you. And then eventually one of the 2 rabbits died at 1 year old when they can normally live up to 14. Anyway, moral of the story is, do not live with your ex, especially if that ex is attracted to 18-year-olds and only eats food, dyed mac and cheese, and hard-boiled eggs. Thanks. Love you.
Man.
Caller, thank you so much for that.
Wow. Jeez.
I mean, what can you say? You know?
I don't know. People live such crazy lives. Like, or, I don't.
It's just that's just it's true.
Yeah,
it's just true. It's just.
How do you find yourselves in these types of situations?
So, her ex decided to be in a polyamorous relationship while they were still together, or just live in a house.
There was a little confusion on my part when it comes to that, because I'm like, were you in the polyamorous relationship? But then it made it sound like she was living with her ex as a roommate,
right?
And he became polyamorous, or there was a poly couple that moved in. But it seems like there was a polycule that maybe she wasn't a part of, or now she feels like, what was I doing?
Right. Yeah, that was confusing. I think that she's not involved in the relationship. I think.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be her ex. She wouldn't refer to him as the ex then.
Yeah. The rabbit thing is that really painted a disgusting portrait of that guy. I mean, I just hate the killing of the rabbit.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and you know that
starving
those
the
cages,
rabbit.
Yeah, those cages were disgusting.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's just like you have these 2 little shibari prisoners in the fucking backyard. It's not serious. Like, well, not about that, but it is like
they're doing shibari on the rabbits.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
But
Just
I'm
at least
like-
don't do shibari.
I'm just like, dude, it's just, I feel like what happens is people who are a little bit maybe not feeling so good group up with other people who are maybe not feeling so good.
Yeah.
And then they maybe make each other not feel so good together, but they feel good because they're seeing their behavior mirrored in another person.
Right. They're like, this is normal.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, I really, if you're in a situation like this and you're maybe one of those people who's like, you're taking your hay out to the rabbits right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not about me. Think about it right now. Are you happy?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, is this for you?
Is you have a choice.
You have a choice. You have a choice with this.
You do.
It is the dietary getting called. This is also, speaking of what we were just talking about, you don't want to be like, hey, can you not shit on the sink? Because, by the way, listeners, there are so many calls we're not playing about roommates shitting on the floor, bathtub, or sink. It is genuinely, we have dozens of them.
You didn't choose one poop story?
I could choose a shit story, absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah.
one shit story.
That would be, let's do, oh, wait. Fuck. Okay, actually, we need to play the Hot Wheels one.
The Hot Wheels one.
The Hot Wheels one we gotta do. I might have not even put any shit ones in. Hot Wheels one. You know what? I mean, this is a mea culpa on me. I didn't put any of the shit ones in because there was too many shit ones.
That's fine. But they exist. I think it was such a wall of shit that you decided, you know.
Yeah, that I was like, listen, and because so many of them were just like, oh man.
You might have just wrote it down as an observation
There was
and maybe
somebody-
send us some.
Yeah. There was somebody who was like, this Russian guy moved into my house and he just kept shitting on the fucking tub, and I was like, oh. Let's do the Hot Wheels one because I think this one
Okay.
says a lot as well. I think this is also, we're hearing a lot of poly stuff, but let's hear maybe the opposite of that.
Okay.
Well, I named it, my roommate is a bum addicted to Hot Wheels.
Wow.
Because this is the other thing too. Sometimes you live with some people and you're like, brother, you need to get out of the house sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's people that are in there all day, every day, and they're not doing anything. And you're like, you are unhappy.
Yeah.
Even if you think you're happy, I know you're unhappy. Let's get out there in that big wide world.
Big wide world.
Because it's doing
Take a walk.
something to the feng shui in the house, too. Just.
The lurking presence in the house
Yeah,
is
lurking
difficult.
presence. Yeah.
If there's a guy that's always home, that's hard.
Because that's just
hard.
a guy always in your house,
Exactly.
not a roommate anymore.
No.
Just a guy
Exactly.
that's just like,
But it also just like it starts to feel like it's kind of his crib because he's there the most of all.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I guess like he needs it more than I do. You know, like he really likes being here.
Guys, it's sort of your house now.
All right, so my roommate story is I have this roommate, and he has no motion, he has no play, he doesn't go anywhere, and I shit you not, he plays the Hot Wheels online racing game and genuinely rages out of control. to the point that it like interrupts my sleep because he's like yelling at the TV about fucking Hot Wheels. Also, I came home one day and he set up a Hot Wheels mega ramp down our staircase. Love you guys. Thanks.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because like
I mean,
that's the
that's
thing
so
is
sick.
okay. Him playing. I've never lived with a gamer.
Yeah.
No, me either. Yeah.
We gotta hear him out because like maybe people are hacking.
That's true. Like, what if they are
Interesting.
cheating?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's really frustrating.
There's also hella kids are fucking rude as fuck these days, and so maybe some kids call him
infuriating.
Unk or whatever on there,
Right.
and he's
Right.
like, "Fuck you, I'm fucking 23." You know?
It is funny though, like when he started. First of all, I didn't know there was a Hot Wheels video game. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I didn't really
but I
think-
thought that was lame. But real Hot Wheels,
I know.
fun and cool.
I
mean,
would even say that that's a step forward.
Yeah.
That's a progression where he's slowly moving outside. He's building his Hot Wheel rigs down the stairs,
like a sculpture.
Yeah, and then maybe one day it goes out the window into the front yard, and he brings in other people to also race the cars with him. You know, like it's just that could be a
He's
really
sh-
good thing.
He's building. What do my analysts say about this? If I told her I was doing this, which I will next session, but she was like, "Are you building a bridge somewhere? Yeah. Where are you trying?
Totally.
Where are you trying to get to?
What is he building? You know?
You said it was like a school shooter.
What?
I thought you said it was like a school shooter.
No, a sculpture. He's making a sculpture.
I think from a sculptural point of view, it's very exciting.
Yeah, yes, because it is also a little bit like a guy who's like playing Grand Theft Auto, and then he was like, "Dude, what if I did this at fucking, math class?"
Right, totally. right.
You know,
Right.
okay, we got to hear one more, just one more, one more.
Let's do it.
I love this Hot Wheels one though. I feel like this guy. Let him build.
Let him
build. Exactly. Actually, you know what?
Building
Here's what you
worlds.
do. Why don't you fucking get some Hot Wheels? This is like my advice to everybody. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yes,
you know,
agreed.
just join them.
Agreed.
It's if your roommate's crazy, leaves all the dishes in the sink. Fucking leave your dishes in the sink. God will take care of it. You know, if your roommate's having sex all the time, fuck it, have sex all the time.
Have more sex.
More
Just match.
sex. More.
Yeah.
If your roommate's shitting on the fucking floor, shit
in
on the
their
floor.
bed. I don't
You
know.
know?
That is really funny.
All right, we will not be doing my roommate is a schizophrenic pedophile because that's pretty much the entirety of that message. How about this one? I thought this one was strange. Roommate jacked off before adult baptism.
Okay.
Strange flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This one is strange.
I found this
I
one
think I actually.
peculiar.
Well, let's listen to this.
You think this is about you?
No, no. I don't know what he's talking about.
Let's not play that one.
Yeah. Oh no, that one
Yeah,
actually
actually,
sucks.
that one doesn't sound
I
very
don't. The
interesting
adult
at all.
baptism one. That shit's played. Are you baptized though?
No.
What religion are you?
I grew up Unitarian.
Unitarian?
Yes. Which is a nothing. It's a nothing.
You got to be kidding me.
It's a Marin religion.
That's incredible.
What is Unitarian? I don't know what that is.
Brother, it's look. You're looking at it.
I am literally the embodiment of Unitarian.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
What genuinely? What is
Seems
a Unitarian?
good.
We don't know.
Yeah,
love
that's
you.
it's basically like, I mean, I don't actually fully understand what it is either, but it's something along the lines of we believe in everything and everyone, and anyone can come to this place of worship and worship whatever they want. Kind of.
It's the most lesbian pastor situation you will ever encounter.
Gotcha.
It's extremely open-ended.
Yes.
Radically.
I used to go to Unitarian church, not for services, every once in a while, and I was always like looking around. I was like, because I was in my early 20s, I was like, what are these people? Are these Christians?
Yeah.
And I still don't really know.
Yeah, is
I
it
don't
a
fully
sect
know
or no?
either.
Huh.
I don't fully know.
Seems like anything you want.
Yeah.
Did you
kind
go
of.
to services?
When I was born in Denver, when I lived in Denver, my family would take me there, and then we went to the one in San Francisco, and it was like total chaos.
That's where I used to go.
It was total, like, everyone was fighting about how to be more accepting and not being accepting enough, and then it was just like my mom and dad were like, no thanks.
Yeah, everyone's speaking in tongues, but they're like, well, just whatever tongue you feel like.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah,
What
whatever.
are we worshiping here?
What about you? What religion?
Jewish.
Fishman?
Yeah.
Not like diamonds. They were like. It's a bit of a. Speaking of Lovecraft, it's a bit of a Lovecraftian name.
Fishman.
Yeah.
Really?
Like a fish man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder where it came from. My ancestors.
Who
now
am
it's-
I?
yeah.
You're from the Northeast.
What am I?
That's interesting. Fish, right?
Fishman. Well, you've got a rare. Instead, you some people first name, last name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Harrison is kind of a last name, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's the middle?
Benjamin.
Netanyahu.
Right.
That's just the first thing that came to my head, but that's just how it worked. We could do
That's how we
Benjamin
roll.
Franklin too.
You're tapping in right now.
Tapping in. Benjamin Franklin.
Dude, love Benjamin Franklin.
We fuck with Benjamin Franklin.
I'm from Philly, so Benjamin Franklin
he's
is
your goat.
Yeah, he's the goat.
He's
He
your
like
guy.
built that shit.
He built that shit. He also is kind of shaped like an ancient building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
he looks like, when you see the domes and the rotundas, you're kind of like, that looks like Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
like people who choose their dogs that look like them. He's like
Yeah.
designing Philadelphia
Exactly.
kind of
Look like him.
And then he was like, I need people to see it better. Electricity. That's so cool. Imagine if Joe Biden invented like a microchip. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's so sick.
Obviously,
he was kind of vibing, I feel like.
What
on
was his
everything.
job even?
Yeah.
We don't even know because they
He was
think
like
he was
post
president.
office?
They were like,
Right.
they just gave him the reading jobs. They're like, yeah, post office, go to France.
Yeah, he loved the French ladies.
He was a Francophile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
French ladies.
interesting.
It's interesting.
We don't know much about this guy, really.
I would like to learn more
He
about
is
this
one
guy.
of our most mysterious founding fathers.
Yeah.
Because like all the other ones became president, I assume.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
But George Washington too, we don't really know so much.
Right.
We don't know
We
so much
think
about
we
him.
do, but we don't.
No.
Yeah.
Because like we know about the cherry tree.
I was gonna
Right.
say, yeah.
We know
that's
about
it.
the wig, but that's confusing because that was also the name of a political party back then.
Mm.
We know about
The wooden teeth.
The teeth, yeah.
The teeth thing is, but that can't be real.
I feel like
think
that's
it's not-
disputed.
Yeah, it's disputed, right?
Because
It's like
there would be
porcelain.
pictures of him with them out.
Well, there's no pictures.
Well, there'd
Oh.
be paintings.
Right.
Paintings, the
Yeah.
slowest picture of all.
The
Right.
slowest
Sculpture,
picture of all.
obviously.
Or
Also, like,
sculpture, of course.
Paintings.
They lied.
They fucking lied.
They lied.
They're
Dude,
fucking. They're
early
painting him.
fake
He's
news.
like, no, change that.
Too fat.
Yeah.
Too fat.
He's like, oh, put more white hair on me.
Now they got AI George Washington talking to Glenn Beck.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. That
That's
is the
pretty
type of shit
exciting.
that we're about. Once if Liz is gone for longer, we're doing that kind of shit. We're talking to AI, fucking Benjamin Franklin. I'm like, so tell me about yourself, man. Like, what was it like? George
Yeah,
Washington.
It could be cool. It
Where'd
could
you
be
get
cool.
the idea? Because like most other people were like, no, we're part of England, but you were like, no,
No. No.
Because that's what I think about.
What?
Mhm.
Like where these
Benjamin
guys got
Franklin.
their ideas.
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
Like because
seriously.
before reels, like what did Benjamin Franklin do at like 10 p.m.?
Pamphlets.
Yeah.
But you can't read.
Well, they could read.
But not by the torchlight.
Right.
That's why they had the pince nez.
Dude, Benjamin Franklin must have been doing the most weird shit ever
Crazy.
in his off time. Because they said that, I remember reading somewhere that he would take air baths where he would just be naked in the bathtub and open the window and just lay there.
Awesome.
I know, but
Wow.
like that, and that's recorded.
Yeah.
Right.
What is the shit that's not recorded?
Yeah, he was like, do not record. Like my his secretary was like, don't put down that I did that. I know. I wonder, like it's. But do you think he had piercings? Like what
That's
did they?
great.
Because who was the first guy with those? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Besides ear,
Right.
Right.
and I guess pirates sometimes had nipple.
No.
Really?
In my imagination.
No, they probably did.
You know,
No,
like
you're
a
probably
strong, hunky, sort of North African
One nipple.
pirate, you know, and
Yeah.
he's got nipple piercings in his vest. It's open, and he has you in his arms. And he's like,
Right.
he's like, I'll take you from your merchant ship because I've been shanghaied, obviously, which is part of why George Washington did his whole thing.
Right.
And we're attacked by these fucking Barbary pirates,
Right.
and he's like, come with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that happen to some white boys?
And he puts you in the shibari.
Yeah.
And he puts you in the
No, but some
shibari.
white
That
boys.
happens to some white boys
some white-
now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I kind of did that a little bit, but they did. Sometimes the Barbaries would take some white boys. Or the Muslims
Really?
would take some white boys. Yeah, and you become a Muslim pirate.
Really?
Yeah. And that's
Wait, when? When was this?
like 1600s or something.
Wow.
I mean,
16, 17.
1600s.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think 16. When the fuck was the Reconquista?
Why are you looking at me?
You're the worst Jamie in the business. When was the Reconquista? Siri. Oh, way before I was talking about it. So like, probably like the 1200s, some of this stuff was happening. But I think this stuff also happened later.
Yeah, but they would
Yeah.
take them without them wanting to be taken, or they would just take them because they want to go? Or?
Have you ever been picked up by like a Moroccan guy who weighs like 215, all muscle, no body fat. He's fucking 6'1". You've only ever seen other 5'4" white British guys before in your life. He's bald. He's got 2 giant gold earrings. He's got nipple piercings, and he's wearing a fucking vest of a type which you have never even imagined.
Yeah.
And he's picking you up, and he's like, "You are coming with me."
Yes.
You're like,
absolutely.
you know. Let's do.
Jack off.
What's up? Jack off. What is it?
Jacked off before adult baptism?
Oh,
Jerked off before adult baptism.
Hello, TrueAnon Pod. This is like a roommate thing. I'm in college, and my roommate, what he likes to do is watch those like AI recap videos. You know, the ones where it's like, oh, the woman, you'll never believe what happened in her life next. He likes to watch those videos. No headphones, full volume, hand down pants on penis, non-sexual. Sometimes sexual. I have walked in on him and masturbating. But he just likes to sit there hours, just hand on penis, AI videos blaring. Another time, a couple months back, he invited me to his baptism, and then I don't talk to this fucking guy. And I wasn't gonna go to his baptism. I felt bad. But like a day before the baptism, he texts me. He's like, "Hey, baptism got rescheduled. Priest died." So then a month later, like the day before his actual baptism, I wake up. It's like 2 a.m. I look over. He's just jerking his shit. He's just cranking his fucking hog. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're about to be baptized. Yeah. Thank you for listening to our pod. Bye.
Hold up.
Okay.
You look over and he's jacking off.
Yeah.
Are you in the army?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he say he was college roommate?
Right now. Oh, I didn't miss that part.
Yeah, college roommate.
College
Same
roommate.
Sharing a room.
Same room.
So, but can you not? You're not allowed to jerk off.
I think the baptism, isn't it washing away the sin? So
Right, he's getting
before,
one last dance.
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like before your wedding, it's like a bachelor party.
I thought that maybe he was scared that he was going to get an erection while getting the baptism.
Because you have to be naked.
I don't think so.
They put you in the water.
I'm not positive about this, but I don't think you have to be naked.
But you were
Show up to the
Unitarian,
baptism,
so you don't even know,
it's
bro.
True. It's true. I don't know anything. I would show up to the baptism just butt naked. Okay, guys, let's
naked?
go.
Yeah.
I'm naked now.
Jerked off last night.
Well,
so
where are
nothing
you
should be
baptizing?
good to go.
I know. Well, that is like maybe he was so full of rage.
Right.
Well, can't you not jack off? Can you jack off? Like if you're Catholic?
I
No.
think you have to confess it. You can do it, and then you just go to confession and
Right.
say you did
But
it.
if you do it from somebody else, isn't that already kind of like a confession?
If it's a priest.
Isn't that a secret?
Right. No longer secret.
Sign here.
Yeah.
I just jerked off. I just have to do this.
So wait, in Catholicism, I can do whatever I want, but I just have to go tell some fucking guy?
I think so.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder this fool was getting baptized.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Wow. So this is the thing. I wanted to ask you guys, do you live in a dorm?
Did I live in a dorm?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my freshman year of college, I lived in the same room as one of my friends for a year.
What'd you
and
guys
it was
do?
small. Everything.
We did everything together.
The AI video stuff I get, because you guys get those.
I love those.
I love those so
Wait,
much.
which AI videos?
So like every time a movie comes out or exists, there'll be like a 25-minute YouTube video that just plays some scenes from the movie while an AI voice narrates the plot.
And the footage is all
seen
like
these.
upscaled and
Yeah.
like weird
it's all,
looking.
Yeah, it's all kind of like blurry and yeah.
I
Just
saw
for a
one-
recap of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one going around for Twin Peaks: The Return, which was so funny.
It's a complicated plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Actually,
for-
I would like to hear the AI.
Yeah, I
recap.
would-
It was
I would
just
like some
about
help
I
with
didn't
that one.
pick
What's
up
his name?
on.
Horn running over the child. It was one of the many bizarre
I
subplots.
completely
but
even forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Look, can we do follow-up gay guy? And then
Yeah.
that's it. That's it, I
Okay.
promise.
Nah, more. Just hours and hours. We just gotta keep fucking running this shit back. These are the true modern tales of our time here.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. Is it wrong to move my neighbor's laundry? Is it wrong to move my neighbor's laundry and then follow up gay guy?
Okay.
So we need to play those both in a row.
Okay.
Those are related people?
It's the same person.
It's the same person, but it's just follow up.
Hi, I have a hate line tip. I'm a gay guy. My question is it wrong to move a neighbor's laundry in your building if you have no clothes to put in the dryer to replace it? Here's the thing. I'm a gay guy. Like I said, I live with my boyfriend. Neighbor across the hall, gay guy, lives with his husband. He has been pissing me off for a long time. I don't like his attitude. I don't like that he keeps pretending that he doesn't remember us. Obviously, you remember another gay guy in your building. He kept moving my laundry to replace with his laundry from the dryer. I would go in there and my socks were on the floor and stuff. It was pissing me off. So one day I moved his laundry from the dryer. It was dry. I moved it out of a sense of pure chaos. He, pissed me off. I had no laundry to put in there. So I went up, and about 10 minutes later, he comes banging on my door. He said, "Why did you do that?" Now, here's my question. Do you think moving someone's laundry for no reason is a good chaos tactic on a neighbor you don't like? And follow up, is it amoral? Thanks. Love the pod so much. Goodbye. Okay, gay guy again. I'm following up on my last call, and I thought it was important to mention that when he asked me why I moved his laundry, I replied that I had no idea what he was talking about. I think that's important. Thanks. I'm at 100% completion on listening to your podcast. I think that's important for you to know as well. 100% completion. I love you people. Okay, take it easy. Bye.
Wow.
Might be gay guy of the year.
Yeah, that
right
was
there.
awesome.
Yes.
He posed, I think, a real ethical question for you.
I really, because I've been in that situation where I think it's totally fine if you pile it somewhere respectful. I don't think you could throw it all over the place. I
Right.
think that's fucked up. Dropping socks on the ground, I think that's wrong. But I think that's part of living in an apartment building or sharing washing and drying machines is I think it just, especially if you have a limited number of them, everyone's living their life. They do laundry at certain times. You kind of, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What do you guys think?
So he took his neighbor's laundry out of the wash, it was wet, and just put it on top of the dryer and left it?
Are you talking about which gay guy are you talking about?
Okay, that's a good question.
Because the gay guy that called in said that his thing that he did is he seemingly just took his neighbor's laundry out of the dryer and put it on top of the dryer.
That's what
when it was dry.
The other neighbor was doing to the caller.
Yeah,
right?
the neighbor doing to the caller, he was moving everything around and leaving things on the floor and taking things out when they weren't dry and replacing them with his.
Oh, I don't.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait.
Let's
refresh this for a second. So this guy that called in why is he mad? Can you guys break that down?
I think he's mad because he feels his laundry is being treated disrespectfully. Because it seems like, and this is a crucial piece of information we're missing, it seems like the dryer in his apartment building is not strong enough to handle his loads. Now, I'm serious because a lot of times people will misjudge how much stuff you can put in to get it dried by one of the settings on there.
We burden our dryers.
We do.
tremendously.
We tax them.
Yeah,
We
tax
do.
them.
We overtax them. And so my thing is, I'm saying I feel like this guy is putting his stuff in the dryer. It's finishing, but listen, the pockets of the jeans are still wet.
Yeah.
Some of the heels of the socks are still a little damp. It needs another 10. But his neighbor is just like, throw it everywhere.
Wow.
And he feels frustrated with this. I understand that.
I understand that as well.
Yeah.
I also think something, as I've become an adult and no longer wear as much wrinkly shit all the time, keeping the clothes in the dryer, doing an extra 10 really helps on the wrinkle front. if you take any of those clothing out and put it on top, you're going to get wrinkles.
Right.
You know,
So
and
that
that's a
pile is
problem.
just fucked with the wrinkles.
Yeah.
So that's
Do you
something
think
to
it's
consider.
okay for him? But this isn't really revenge he's
No.
getting because he's not really hurting this guy.
No.
He's just touching his stuff.
Yeah. But I think that, so let's say gay guy number 1 was the guy who called. Gay guy number 2 is the
neighbor.
The neighbor.
Yeah.
Gay guy number 1 is basically getting revenge on gay guy number 2 by taking his clothes out of the dryer because that's what gay guy number 2 did to him.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I do think it's interesting that gay guy number 2 knows that it must have been gay guy number 1 that did it because the crime. So that's a little bit of like the telltale heart kind of bullshit going on there. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom.
So what do? You're going downstairs to do the laundry. You know, you had a long day. You're like, God, everything's, I just need to do laundry. And then someone's stuff is still in there, but it's done.
Yeah.
What do you do?
That's a horrible feeling because you don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, my building does not have a washer dryer.
Okay.
There's no laundry in the building, no in unit, no bottom unit. It's not a great situation.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Mine is like that too. I go to the laundromat.
I go to the laundromat.
Yeah.
The problem is when you do have a shared washer dryer situation, you're coming up against all kinds of sort of what we were talking about earlier. You think you have these things, rules of politeness, these rules that you were raised with, and that they apply to everybody. And then when they meet the battlefield of the apartment building, you realize that people are doing things. It's like the battle of crazy.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got your longbows. They've got their they think that their crossbows are going to win, but the longbows end up winning the day.
Yeah.
Although later would not. But it's interesting to me the way that people deal with laundry because some people do throw it on the floor. I've had that happen to me before.
Right.
What I do is I go down there, and sometimes it's been like I've been up 3 stories, and I got to walk the fuck down there. And okay, this guy's shit's still going on, whatever. If he leaves it there for too long, though, I'm taking it, I'm putting it respectfully on top. I'm making sure no socks fall into the crevices between the two. I'm putting it there on top, and I'm putting my stuff in. And that's just, we have to learn to, we're in a society, but I'm just a man.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm
Because
saying?
look, if you just did laundry, time that shit.
Yeah.
Know how long it takes.
Yeah.
Come back like a respectful neighbor. Get the thing, turn it, get it out of here. You can't just, it's not your house.
Yeah.
One thing that I think strikes me also with your show is that people are capable of just like being so uncomfortable themselves in order to provide some measure of discomfort to another person. And I'm not entirely sure I'm capable of that.
Like the amount of work and discomfort you have to do, partake in to create conflict with your neighbor just might not be worth it.
Like those 2 guys filming each other.
Right.
In Florida.
Yeah.
I think, right? Like that dude and the other guy. I'm like, dude, I don't want to film some guy right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I want to watch fucking
Reels.
I want to watch Stalker explained to me by YouTube AI in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But like it's just like, but like you have to, in order to make someone else feel bad, you also have to make yourself feel bad so often that I just don't think, I think it's like a certain personality type that I want to get.
You want to be more like that.
Yeah. Well, cause if I put, I'm not trying to make myself sound so Christ-like here. Godlike? Well, maybe the same thing. Some say.
Fuck it. Maybe I will.
Maybe I will. But if I'm taking my fucking neighbor's fucking laundry out of the dryer and I'm putting it on top of the dryer and a sock falls on the side, I am bending over and picking up that sock no matter what.
Yeah.
Anything less than that is a dereliction of duty to society.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you're but one man.
Right.
And so it's like, if a guy is just leaving his shit in there all willy-nilly all day, he puts maybe a load in the dryer, he takes off to work. Well, I'm not going to do the same thing he's doing. Like, I'm not going to reverso him because he's going to know it's me. But gay guy, number 1, there's a little app that I am an investor in called Sniffies. And you can set that location to neighbor's house and let the good times roll. And so I'm going to say, you want to get revenge, you have to he'll know it's you. He'll know it's you. He'll know it's you. If you want to get revenge, you have to do it in a way where he just thinks it's the universe getting revenge on him.
Yeah. Something cosmic.
And there's less of an ego to that, less of an ego boost to that. But you just have to think, you just have to make his day worse, and he thinks it's from God.
I think this is where, you know, if you're living in Portland, you have a hand up. But I think, you know, maybe talk to a witch.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right?
That's
Because
interesting.
do something that is so bizarre and psychic that, you know, it just freaks him out or something, right? I mean, just the idea of getting revenge is just already you're off to a bad start with your neighbors.
Yeah.
You know?
Go super duper well.
I mean, this is your whole show. It's like
Right.
this cycles of revenge, and nothing ever gets resolved.
No.
Does anything, spoiler alert, does anything ever get resolved in the show?
I think, I mean, what is a resolution, you know?
Any kind of resolution.
Well, you know what, with the farm one, it was, you know, it happened. We filmed the story, and then he ended up having to take all of his animals away eventually. So that's a resolution we couldn't get to film. But yeah, I mean, these things are just like eternal. Like, they really don't have resolutions. I don't know.
Yeah, like there can be like a, you know, a legal or physical resolution, but how someone actually feels, and if they're going to continue to do fucked up things to their neighbor, it's like,
yeah,
that's just kind of unresolved. Like, I don't know, you know.
I feel like none of these situations they happen. They go through a neighbor dispute and then they're like normal again.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Especially,
you think it leaves a taint of war on you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's a scar
for sure. And then you're going to move somewhere else with that scar, and most likely be more paranoid of your neighbor, and then see something happen that you maybe would have been okay with in the past, but see it as a transgression, and you know, it's like you carry that with you.
Have you ever seen Patton?
Mm-mm.
You never seen fucking Patton?
No.
What is that?
What is it?
Am I taking crazy pills here? The film Patton.
Paddington. Are you talking about Paddington?
Patton, about the famed General Patton?
No.
Oh.
Who's in it? What's you're probably talking about Paddington.
You know what?
Bear,
Send us the AI reel.
Are you guys
And
out
we'll-
of your fucking mind?
You've seen the image. He's standing in front of the flag, right?
Can we see an image here?
No, I'm not sending you the image. But you know the scene, and this happened in real life as well, where he's talking to upbraiding the soldiers for being mentally damaged because of war. They're in the fucking sick bay or whatever, and he's like, these guys are in here for being pussies. Get them the fuck out of there. I think what you guys are saying got me thinking. They probably should have executed every single soldier with shell shock after World War I, and World War II wouldn't have happened.
Wow.
You bring them back home, and you're just like, thank you for your service, with a revolver too. No, they just invented machine guns.
Right.
Right, because you're in a way you're infecting
the
society.
madness of war.
Yeah,
You brought it home.
You brought the war back with you,
and then
dude.
you have kids. You put that onto your kids.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
You gotta do World War II. I did World War I. I did World War I.
Bro, war is so fun, dude.
I know.
Like, you
Don't even
gotta
get
do
me
it.
started, but you know what I'm saying? It's and shell shock is so cool sounding too.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if all the people you met that are like, I have PTSD, said I have shell shock? Like, I have PTSD because my parents were, or I have shell shock because my parents were mean to me. You know, listen, and
Shell
for anyone
shock.
who's mad at me, of course I have PTSD. But that'll be my excuse in court. Fellas, I love the show. I gotta
thank
tell you
you.
this. I think it's a fantastic show. I find it to be, quite cruel to its sub. I'm just kidding. I think it's
Right at the very
just confront
end.
you guys. No, I think it's a great show. I think it says a lot about America. If you're a European person watching this, go visit the places these people live. Don't go to fucking. What do Europeans do and visit Miami Beach?
Yeah. Yeah, go to Palm
No
Bay.
fun. Go to Palm Bay. Go to Kokomo, Indiana.
Go to Kokomo, Indiana that's where the two gay guys live.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite guys.
Dude, they're the
know.
best.
Absolute
best.
Did their house smell like cigarettes?
No, it smelled
it's clean
great.
as a bean.
They seemed really clean.
They were clean.
But
Clean.
the hot tub in the crib was a
Right.
little distressing. to
It
me.
was a little warm in there.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna
was
say
a little
that
warm.
room might have some mold issues.
They wanted us to get in so bad, and we were like, we got
It was pretty hot outside also.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Because you guys aren't really in it so much. But when they asked you to get in the tub, were you like, fuck it, we're doing Louis Theroux style? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck, I wish we got in the tub.
Yeah, we should have
honestly,
gotten in
on
the
that
tub.
one.
I'll tell you
Big
this:
regret.
next time you got guys like that in the tub, tell them bring the gun in the tub.
Yeah,
and that's how he does the interview.
Damn, that's
gun in the tub.
Gun in
Gun
the
in the
tub, and that's a
tub.
feeling that you will never get in fucking Bay Area. Because
That's
they don't want you to have a
true.
gun, or New York because they don't want you to have a fucking gun.
Or
Totally.
a fucking hot tub in
Or a
the
hot tub.
apartment.
Oh my god!
Don't-
I used to, I thought waterbeds were illegal until about a year ago.
They're not.
Totally legal,
Wow.
but a lot of leases don't allow.
Oh, so got to read the fine print.
Dude, are those nice?
I don't think so.
I don't. I
There's
laid on one
no
once and it
way.
was horrible.
Really?
Me too.
Horrible.
But when I was a kid, I thought it was really nice.
Really cool.
Like only really rich people had it.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
I think
Totally.
it's not.
Yeah,
though.
I don't
I
think
think
so
that like one rich like guy had it at one point, but I think they did cause some perishments, some deaths.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
You
that's
drown
why
in your waterbed.
You think you can drown, but I think people bought them for sexual purposes, but that doesn't seem.
That
like,
seems-
I don't think I'm equipped for that.
No.
I don't
No,
think that I
no.
can do all that.
No.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the show?
No, thanks
No,
for
thanks for having us.
Thanks for doing
having
a
us.
marathon call-in session. That was
so
fun.
That was
fun.
awesome.
It was so
That
cool.
was awesome.
We'll end it here, guys. Neighbors on HBO. I'm not going to even think of a rude acronym for that.
For HBO.
For HBO, because surely you guys have thought of some, right?
Well, it's in the name of Neighbors, so that's kind of interesting.
Oh,
HBO.
does that trip you out a little bit?
It did kind of freak me out a little
It
bit.
was there the whole time.
They're hiding right there.
No, we don't make up any acronyms for HBO because we're just, we love HBO.
Are you on top? Are you most watched? No, The Pit must be.
The Pit?
The Pit
We've been
Who
right
have you been
behind
battling
the Pit.
with?
The Pit.
We've been battling the
Oh well,
Pit.
I'm sure they're probably about to get me too, right? That's the way things work out there. What else have you been battling?
Whatever the new Game of Thrones
Night
show.
of Seven Kingdoms. or
Yeah,
Night
that
of-
one. And we surpassed it.
At one point,
You
we did
beat
surpass
that?
it.
A
Yes,
couple
we
times.
did.
But doesn't that star a child?
Huh?
It
Yes.
does star a
Yeah,
child,
so
which
not
is
that, not like that you beat the real Game of Thrones.
right.
No,
yeah,
no.
This
What,
is
the child
ultimately a
makes it lesser?
spin-off series.
Well, it's like beating a kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, come
It's like,
on.
what- I mean,
Sort of
sorry.
punching
It's like
down.
if you're up for like best director and it's like some child's like, I made this at school. In my
you're
head, that
right.
show is like an all kid director, all kid cast.
There's a kid in it. There's
It's
a kid
like
behind
it's
the
like
dead-
baby
yeah.
Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
dude. They should make that.
That would be so sick.
Are there laws against babies acting?
No.
I think there's a lot of restrictions of the amount of hours you
Yeah,
can
there's
work
a
with
lot
them.
Well, I don't
of
wanna be
red
around
tape
over that
around
long.
that.
Yeah.
But it's like the job that kids can do, though.
Yeah,
It's well,
because you know how
totally.
they make Lego movies.
Yeah.
We should make fucking baby movies of regular movies.
That
Oh,
would be
interesting.
awesome.
It's just all
Yeah.
babies. But
All
just
babies, dude.
Frame
Jabba.
for frame remake.
Oh, I already talk like that. That'd be easiest if we did something like Jabba or a foreign film.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just subtitle it.
You could.
Right.
Speaking of Stalker, you could easily make Stalker with a baby.
They did Look Who's Talking, and the baby was voiced by
I
like,
found that
John Travolta.
really
and
unpleasant to
Kirstie
watch.
Alley.
You
I
can't
really-
talk about that movie.
Yeah, I found it quite.
It was a
unpleasant.
big deal, I think.
They
when I
also
was
made a
kid.
sequel that I also.
Look Who's Talking too.
It was repellent.
Look who's talking too.
Yeah.
Repellent.
Wow.
Anyways, I love the show.
We love your show.
We love your
Oh.
show.
Thank you,
Big
guys.
fans.
Yeah,
Big
this was
fans.
amazing.
And thank you for coming on the show.
having us.
Let's just end it here. What are your names?
Harrison.
Dylan.
I'm Brace Belden.
I'm producer Young Chomsky.
I'm Liz, and this has been TrueAnon. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.